was a cold, rainy night. Kind of night that makes a man wonder why he got into a business like this. You guys get it? I'm opening with like a detective VO. Understand?
Like an actual opening, yeah.
We're already on. I thought I'd do that, and then I explained what I was doing, and then your lack of oohing and awing at me, like usual, sapped me of my confidence. Hi, everybody. My name's Philip, and I'm the Noir master of our game, and welcome to Long Lost Noir: Gray in the Dark. Surrounding me are my wonderful OG D&D player team. Say, good evening, players.
Good evening, players.
They all did it. That is good. There's a large, high rate of adoption for that old joke. So yeah, we are here to play some noir infused D&D. We've had a lot of fun so far the first couple sessions of this game. I'm very curious to see what you guys do tonight because I forgot to ask you what you were going to do, so I really we'll just see what you get up with and what happens in response to it. I also want to mention that we've been off on this channel for a couple nights here because of the Super Bowl, which was planned, and then because of Valentine's Day, which wasn't planned, but then there were some last things that happened, last minute things that kind of interrupted it. So you know. But we're back here now. I will go ahead and give a shout out to Minnesota Twins and apostrophe this for gifting subs way back on Friday, which seems so long ago, but in fairness, was only on Friday. I'm also going to take this opportunity because, I missed 2 games this week. And this means I missed 2 openings of my adventure calendar. Oh my god. I'm desperate to see what die is in store today. We are looking at number 6 because I have 5 there. So here we go. Let's see what is in 6. Bump the mic and everything. In 6, what do we have? It appears to be the color is irrelevant because we can't see it. Oh, but it is a D8. How exciting! It is a D8 with a bunch of swords on it. So.
Ooh. Are you going to open extra ones to make up for lost time? Or just...
I am not. I will only be opening these on the unfocused. Nope, I've ruined everything. It's over. Okay. No, I only open them when I stream. That's the rules. Sometimes if I just... Oh, yeah, I already did it. Wonderful. So, yeah. I'll also mention to everybody that we are here kind of playing this game that is a... noir fantasy, kind of very dark. Things got really dark last week, really dark. So
Real dark.
There was torture, and I will say that we as a channel did make the bold stand that torture is not okay. We did say that as people, even though the players continued torturing someone in the game. The players did that.
Historically, we just took the name to heart, man. It's dark.
Mostly me.
Yeah.
But the players, yeah.
The players. But I will mention that this is all, this crazy game we're doing is all sort of about we have a Kickstarter. It's called Long Lost Noir, and it's a bunch of noir options. We finally got to 100 backers on there. So please go over to our Kickstarter. If you have people who you think might enjoy it, please spread it around or share and all that good stuff, because we're really hoping that we can. I just put the link into our chat, and I really hope that we can maybe fund that. I think we got a little more than a week to go, so we're hoping to get that so we can get a bunch of awesome artwork, and that's the plan for that thing. I don't know. That's kind of just the little spiel I say before many of these games. Done with all the professionalism I usually muster. I guess for now, we can kind of... Unless, did anybody else want to just throw out any other jingles from childhood that we were talking about before we went live? If anybody wants to throw out any commercial jingles...
Apparently all of mine were specific to San Diego. So
yeah, you were really you were going hyper regional.
Yeah.
You need to remember you need to go.
Although
go
you
to
know the
broader...
keys on Van Nuys one, so
There you go. That's fair. But keys on Van Nuys didn't get rid of that because I've known that since moving out here to LA. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. Good jingles.
The only other one that's popping in my head is the Guess Who one. I don't know if you remember that one.
Oh my God, Guess Who?
Can you guess who?
I'm remembering
so fun.
I'm remembering the 877 cash now, but that's not like childhood. That's like teenage, so I don't think it really counts.
Philip, playing Guess Who with my buddy who always asks questions in the double negative is absolutely hilarious.
Is it someone who's not doing? Yeah, sure, exactly.
Yeah, they don't do it on purpose, and then they're like, "Why isn't this person have a hat?" It's like, because you.
Oh my God.
The question you asked.
I just know that Guess Who was like, I remember like my brother's face or friends' faces. Like when you draw a woman in Guess Who, there's this moment of like, damn it, because there's so few women because it's such a sexist game. Yeah. Because usually the first question I ask is it a man? And they're always like, yes. And then I'm like, cool, I knocked down these 4. But my brother, he'd look and he'd just be like, damn it, I know I've got him. And he's like, it's a man. He goes, no. And then it's just, you're going to win. It's such a good feeling. Guess Who? What a good game. Thanks for reminding me of that.
Sponsored.
Yeah, the original had like 7 women or something.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, in any case, enough about commercials. Let's talk about what's going on here in the city of San Termino. When last we visited our rather mismatched group, they had all survived and repelled an attack by several well-armed elves who shot the place up. Dominic, the proprietor of the alley, the bar where this took place, had the elf taken to the back room where she was interrogated, her name being revealed to be Boudica, or Boudica. I always say Boudica until I remember it's Boudica. She basically seemed to indicate she did not realize that this was an orcish, like a Mozzo family bar. She had been hired by someone, and based on the terrifying nature of the torture and threats that were made to her by a pair of mannequins, she decided to let the group know who it is who hired her for this job, which again, she did not know was against the Orcish Mafia. And that is someone whose name is Aldir O'Lira. Dominic understands the complexity of that individual, while not a member of the O'Lira sort of, like, elvish mob, like,
He's
specifically.
part of their family, so
he's a blood relative of that family and therefore is very protected, which means him doing this is complex. The group further began to suspect that, based on a note that was found in the pocket of one of the elves they managed to take out still out in the street, Sha'Nehl, Leo, and Scrakk might have actually been the target. There was another unsettling moment for Dominic, although whether or not he's really worked this out yet or not, we have not quite. He's still thinking things over when one of his associates, someone who works for the Mozzo family, a brickborn named Zipgun, accidentally, or maybe not so accidentally, shot their captive in the throat. A captive who, in perfect Noirish Coen Brothers style, somehow survived after rolling a natural 20 on a death saving. So gasping, and in fact, at that point, Dominic did bust out some better healing potions and managed to restore her because he really did not want a sort of dead maid elf on his hands. Yeah. So, with all of that, Dominic made offers to Duchess Contessa, and inked and painted, and Luminus, a dragonborn, to sort of the former a longtime patron, the latter a new patron, of kind of maybe having them assist him as paid in either money, products, or some combination of the two on behalf of the Mozzo family. To assist in these matters while sort of saying that perhaps the Mozos, or at least he and Jumpin' Gianna, and Duchess Contessa and Luminus might join forces with Sha'Nehl, Scrakk, and Leo to get to the bottom of who did this and maybe get some sort of vengeance for it. Sha'Nehl knew of a place where she, Leo, and Scrakk could stay in case whoever's targeting them knows where they usually dwell. It was Taccia Brunotti, who, a bugbear whom they were all supposed to be meeting, who never showed up. And there's also some questions about, is Taccia responsible for what happened? In any event, the group sort of broke for the evening. Some people going to their normal homes, others going to this safe house. The Onion, who is the hobgoblin sort of barback here, who's about 1 trillion years old, he will sort of start sweeping up glass very slowly.
I could swear we were all going to the safe house.
I think Dominic said he was not going to save us. I would imagine you all could if you wanted to. Was that the plan? I think Duchess was probably not going to. You were Luminus?
Yeah, because got nowhere
Understood.
else to go.
Duchess doesn't think she was part of the attack. She just thinks, she just was on the wrong bar in the wrong night.
Understood.
So
And
she's going home.
It's a non that is not a bad conclusion for her to draw. Cynthia and her kid Nove, Casanova, they seem to be okay hiding out in the bar. I guess basically, yes. Who is going to that safe house?
Scrakk is going.
Luminus, Scrakk, Leo, and Sha'Nehl. Dominic, I assume you'll just stay at your normal place.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well then, so Duchess, we'll say that you can go wherever you go for a night. We will quickly I'll describe the safe house, but at this point we're basically just gonna give you guys a long rest. Dominic, I do have one question.
Sure.
And I don't want to have too leading a question, but it's gonna be a leading question.
All right.
But as you sort of are picking stuff up around here, everybody else has either gone home or to this safe house. Got something in your pocket. Got a chocolate bar.
Oh, yes.
I just need to
bar
know.
From Zipgun.
Mhm.
All the confusion, I forgot all about it throughout the night and all this stuff. So, would I eat it? Because I believe when Luminus pointed out that Zipgun was doing some dirty stuff, I dismissed that at first. Then I thought about it
first,
further.
and you then thought about it, and it kind of.
He did shoot a whole bunch of other people really inconveniently, and then I did start detecting that he was hiding something.
And he has run out. He's not there.
We'll deal with that later. It's only been a day. I think my plan is probably to put out like a search.
Mm-hmm.
All
Look around
eyes
for him. Yeah.
All
sure.
eyes out for Zipgun because he has what is it? Sinned against the family.
Seemingly so, yes. He certainly is not. He certainly is a kind of, AWOL at present.
Yeah.
But this candy bar.
As for the candy bar, I'm pretty sure I probably would have absentmindedly taken a bite out of it while I was back in my apartment.
Perfect. Take a bite of it. What is your passive perception?
14, I believe.
14. You take a bite of it and it tastes a little off.
Actually, 15. 15.
With a 15 in that case, yes. You bite into it and it doesn't taste right. Tastes a little bitter.
I don't like chocolate this dark. Is it dark chocolate or is it?
No, probably wasn't dark chocolate back then. I mean, it's all,
It's all dark now, but you
Yeah.
can tell between dark chocolate and milk chocolate, right?
No. This would have been milk chocolate,
Different
but it tastes a little
shades of
bitter. Now, I mean, look, yes, sometimes food tastes a little off, but this tastes bitter. Why don't you make a perception check at the bar itself?
Perception check at the bar. I forgot to take out my dice because we were talking about jingles.
You laced it with laxatives.
Oh no. That is a very KJ sort of prank against people.
I
that-
would never put laxatives in someone's food.
If it
What would
was
happen if
session
a
1
queen had-
against Althena, you totally would have.
Yes, Rin would have.
Okay, Rin absolutely would have. All
Rin
right.
not KK.
absolutely would do that.
Ren would, but not cake.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
I rolled a 6 on the dice. Which skill was it?
Perception.
11. Why? I rolled low.
You've already torn the paper and bitten into it. You don't necessarily see any evidence of tampering. It might just be a suboptimal bar. I mean, it's still sweet.
I do believe with the if once it starts tasting bitter, I would have immediately remembered that this was given to me by Zip Gun, and I probably just set it aside because clearly this thing isn't the right taste.
Yeah, you're not
just be
enjoying
bad.
it and such.
Yeah.
You set it aside. I will have you make a Constitution saving throw, but the DC is not particularly
accept
high.
that.
Yeah.
And he rolls a 1.
Now I roll a 14 this time. Con
You're
plus 3,
fine.
17. Yeah.
You're fine.
Just tastes funny. This one's
you-
just a stale bar.
You felt a little bit off, but I mean, and orcs tend to be fairly hearty in many ways. You certainly get the sense that you maybe eaten the whole thing. That might have been bad.
Wow.
Dominic, as you're sort of about to fall to sleep, kind of after, kind of like retching a couple times, but feeling okay, a thought does come into your head. Just something you saw when you were out there for a second. You're pretty sure he brought a bunch of candy to the kid, too.
Oh no! So immediately just before I knock out, my eyes widen, and then
That kid's already eaten all of that candy.
he is already dead.
Well, if it doesn't wake you up, you just go, oh no.
Oh, dang. All right. Good night.
I'm done.
It's the Noir
Like,
game.
oh no, I left the stove on. You just go, oh no.
I'm just gonna chalk that up to the poison, or whatever's wrong with this candy bar, knocking me out even through that revelation. It's like,
Understood.
Oh no!
But he goes to sleep. Understood.
Wow,
Great.
you're just gonna let that kid die. All right.
Awesome.
I
Um,
ate this poison, this tampered candy bar. Nothing I can do about it.
In any case, we will have Sha'Nehl leads Leo, Scrakk, and Luminus. Actually,
Carrying her own arm.
carrying her own arm, that is true.
No, you do not. Oh my god.
Phil,
Oh,
You do
My
not.
God.
Oh my god.
You know what? I almost
I've
never
had
hand it
for
out.
years. I just forgot to show it. Bring it.
Perfect. So as Sha'Nehl carries that, I just never hand this out, but give yourself inspiration for the evening.
Really?
that's amazing.
Do we have to use that?
That's amazing. Okay.
Worth it.
So, you
Probably tuck it in my coat sleeve and put it in the pocket so it's not so obvious.
exactly. So Sha'Nehl, yeah, with your Sha'Nehl carrying your own arm, you lead the others kind of away from the snub. You probably even hop a trolley at this point. So everybody just deduct 1 copper. The 4 of you, 1 precious copper, because it's pretty late at night. Unless you guys would rather walk.
How long would it take to
It's
walk?
probably not advisable right now.
Do we
This.
actually pay? I mean, come on, we are bad guys. I mean, badass guys.
I didn't think. I can
There's no
KJ's.
badass discount. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say, I beg your pardon. We are not bad guys.
Yeah.
None of you are bad guys. I'm the only mobster
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Leo tortured someone, but
Well, 1/3 of
We
In any
are
case,
bad
someone-
guys, but not bad guys.
Thanks, Ingy.
So as you guys, you take the trolley down through Hollyberry, but you eventually make it to Cook Park, which is a very nice part of town. It's kind of old money. It's not the nicest part of town, which would be Howard Canyon, but Cook Park is still very, very nice and kind of like used to be the nicest area in town, probably. Kind of close to downtown. And you are led to an extremely nice sort of like series of row houses. Really, really, like kind of like brownstones almost, although now they're just gray stones. And you all see that Sha'Nehl is actually leading you to one of these houses on a pretty pleasant street in Cook Park.
I suppose this is the same house you're discussing.
It is safe. It is a house. And whoever
Own it.
lived here before doesn't live here
That's ominously vague.
anymore. Yes.
Sha'Nehl, you have a key, so you're certainly able to just walk up the steps.
Mhm.
It's pretty late. There's probably some lamps on, kind of diffuse into the sort of the gray monochrome of the street out here. The lock is a little sticky. You probably haven't been here in a while, Sha'Nehl. But the house opens, and within there's kind of a smell of just musty. Hasn't been accessed in a while. It is a very nice architecture, definitely of kind of high elvish style. And there's it's kind of a narrow chamber. There's like a nice opening room, and then a couple of rooms off the side, and there's a big staircase leading up to other chambers. There is some furniture left, but you also see a lot of spaces where furniture has been removed. Do any of who is not Sha'Nehl, so do Leo, Luminus, or Scrakk have high passive perceptions? I know Scrakk does not.
Mine is a
I only
13.
have
15.
15. Luminous, you do notice, as you're passing under this kind of tall door into this house, an elvish crest is above the door. Kind of those sort of mystic sigils that the elves often would use. Sometimes they enchant them as a protective ward. Other times they simply use them as like a symbol of a family. Luminous, do you you probably would not have too much, like, are you proficient in history?
That is gonna be a big fat no.
Yeah, so I think, and I mean, you're also not of the, it would be a high DC for you based on you're not even from here, but
Yeah, I'm not from around here.
So you don't recognize it. The others don't really even notice it. But you enter this house. There are beds. Unless anybody wants to do anything specific tonight, say anything. Sha'Nehl, yes, go ahead.
Do I know where Professor Brunotti lives?
Ooh, great question. Roll a d10.
Are the wards just like in the first hallway, or are they everywhere in the house?
No, it's like a crest above the door that you walked in.
Okay.
7.
A 7. You assume that Brunotti probably lives somewhere in Broadside, which is a different neighborhood, but you are unfamiliar with where.
Oh. And does he have a workplace?
Make a let's do a history check. Let's see what you know about what she's been up to.
Yeah, 9. Probably
9.
nothing.
You were probably going to ask her what she's been up to. The note that came for
Well,
you did not have a.
I would want to find out whether she is behind this attack, or maybe she is another victim.
I did want to speak to the two of you. Also know Miss Renati. Perhaps you could put our heads together.
Maybe
No pun
Scrakk
intended.
knows more about her whereabouts.
See what we could figure out about what is going on.
Yes.
Yes.
He is definitely a key, yes.
Scrakk. There has to be some connection between the three of us and her.
Do you know where and how to find her?
Do I?
Make your own history check.
Well, if this doesn't involve me, then I immediately go to the kitchen and check just what is in
For ice cream.
what does this house have and how much of it, like in terms
What this
of food.
house has in terms of food
Yeah.
is primarily going to be non-perishable goods. Most of which are probably even like maybe past their expiration dates.
Well, those are just there for whatever.
Is there any
Luminus
plastic food?
Luminus plastic food. Roll a d10. Luminus, make an investigation check for me.
Wait, roll a d10 or roll an investigation check?
Investigation for you.
Okay.
And it's 12 on the history.
Alrighty. You do not know what she's gotten up to. Though you were both, professors, you were not like close friends or anything. You were colleagues during Project Skip Bleach, but you have not. So yeah, you are uncertain of where she was. To whatever degree Scrakk would care about it, he probably also would have been interested in sort of seeing what she's up to now.
Yeah, I don't know that we want to pursue her directly. I can only think of a few people that would know how to connect the three of us, and almost all of them would have been inside the government structure.
I believe Professor Brunati may be the key to this.
Or the person who ordered it, or at least related.
Well,
Well, we know who ordered it. It was someone in that family of elvish gangsters, but I don't exactly have connections to the mob, but I do have connections to Miss Brunati.
why would some mobsters want us dead? There must be more to this.
They were clearly hired by someone else, I think.
You're right, Professor. You are correct.
But again, who would know how to connect the three of us?
Professor Brunati, obviously.
But I have any contacts besides Professor Minotti in the kind of like government sector that I could find out her location?
You could certainly talk to an old handler. Go ahead, Leo.
I am wondering, there are quite a few reasons that we would want to kill all three of us just because of our involvement in the project.
That's actually a good question. How well known is it that any of us were involved in the project? Like, are we public figures?
No, it was a yeah. See, Luminus is like, what are you guys talking about?
Exactly.
Luminus, what did you
You're in
roll
the
on your? No, Luminus says. Luminus, what did you roll, Luminus?
I rolled a 5.
Then you just all you know is there's no good food here. What was your D10 roll, by the way, Leo?
3.
You don't see any fake food around. So Luminus at this point, finding nothing of interest in the kitchen, has returned to this room and sort of hears you referencing the project.
I mean, I suppose it could be enemy intelligence as well, but nobody off the street, much less a random mobster, should know how to connect all three of us. One of us, two would be a coincidence, but all three of us together?
Well, if Professor Brunati informed them of such an involvement, it would be a stretch. true.
All of my potential is the knowledge that I have about the project.
Well, as someone who is dead, I can assure you there are certainly uses for those who have passed on.
What's the project?
Classified.
But 3 of you know it, right?
It is
That's
odd.
also classified.
That 3 of you know it, or that there's a project?
Yes.
Perhaps this was a revenge. Is that possible?
Not sure.
What was that? I'm sorry. What was the question?
Is it possible this was an act of revenge for this classified project that we know about?
How could there be revenge if only 3 of you know it?
Well,
I mean, other people are aware of it.
there
Well, if
were
other
Why am I
people are
telling you
aware
this?
of it,
This
then
is
I mean,
highly
what's the deal if one
classified.
more knows about it?
there were spies who knew about it.
True.
Right, and they have killed me. All 3 of me.
Well, you
I know.
kind of. I suppose.
wasn't
I suppose
there,
not.
So
Yeah.
I know.
What?
I was not there. That's how I know.
Let's
I
put
was-
a pin in that. Come back to it later. Perhaps we should figure out our problems with Professor Brunotti first. Maybe look for her tomorrow.
Do I have? So you mentioned I might have some handlers, Philip.
Yeah,
Do I-
there certainly are people you could call. It is the middle of the night, so you don't know of anyone who you can call right now. But there's
Are
definitely
there people I trust.
make an integrity roll.
Fuck, I'm bad at this. Okay.
That's not one.
Dump stat.
They're very
It's not actually a
successful.
dumb stat. I have a 11 in morality, but I am specifically not proficient in these rolls because I'm bad at making good choices. Except I rolled a 20. So that is going to be 20.
A 20.
At least it's not 19.
Trust is an interesting thing. Yes, there are definitely individuals you could talk to. I mean, you would certainly trust, the General, General Elgrave. And there are aides, there are like people in General Elgrave's orbit who you could reach out to. I think with a 20 you would certainly have, God, let me see if there's a lower level person who you actually can't trust. No.
Is it bad when I heard you said AIDS? I went, oh no.
Well, that's, I felt it was a possibility that it would happen as soon as I said it out loud and hoped it wouldn't go that way, but
This is a
here
grim time.
we are. There is actually, yes, this is a good person for this, as a matter of fact. There is actually someone who you would trust fairly well. Is a commander, a naval commander, in fact. Is a person who is a Triton, kind of a water breather. And his name is Hilasok, which I'll put into chat because I'm sorry.
Would I know how to get a hold of him?
You would know how to get home of Hilasok. I'll put stuff into Twitch chat as well. That is Commander Hilasok. And you trust, I would say that you have reason to believe Commander Hilasok is going to deal fairly, etc.
I might have someone we can reach out to. Someone I trust, but
I have somebody in mind too.
I thought I trusted Professor Brunotti as well, so.
So this person's not trustworthy?
Phil, do I know how to get in touch with Typho?
Yes, you could get in touch with that individual for sure. It would not be hard.
What level of connectedness do I have left to anybody in the project? How many people know I'm alive?
this is and I should have sort of mentioned this. My understanding of how you've been sort of doing here is it has taken a few years for you to sort of be functional again. Because mannequins are not like property, they could not just consider you like the property of the Gestorian military. There are certainly, there are going to be like mages or type people who kind of were your, kind of like monitoring you and helping you restore memories. I didn't really actually reference what have you been up to the past 6 months that you've kind of like been functional again. So if you would like to say that you still kind of have largely been, connected to sort of the military, then certainly there's handlers you have there.
I mean, I think it's probably pretty recent that what is it, like a few months that I've been actually like out and about?
I would say yes. It's been a few months since you've kind of been functional enough to sort of go around and do things.
I don't think I've been doing much at all, honestly.
Yeah, probably
kind of getting acclimated to
not.
living outside of a laboratory. So, I mean, I might know, like, I don't know how much I could trust anybody at this point, though.
Make an integrity roll.
All right, I'm distinctly okay at these.
Trust no one, not even yourself.
Oh, that's a 14 on the dice, which I think is just a 14.
A 14. I'll say that you have a direct handler. I don't have your. Let's come up with a direct handler for you.
More NPCs. Let's do it.
When in doubt, give me NPCs. We can either do a.
Can we beat our Provinia record of like 300 NPCs?
There is a rat folk. A rat folk. Probably just a corporal. Actually, no, a sergeant, an NCO. There is a rat folk sergeant. Who has been like your primary kind of checking in with you. It's a military, but someone with a little bit of like, arcana magery and stuff, like a war mage type. He, I guess I have to give him a name. Hold on. God damn it. Everything's stupid.
We're never going to be Provinia.
Jeremy, you reminded me that KJ now has 2 sisters that Philip can marry off to NPCs.
Oh
in this
no.
campaign.
His name is Vev, V-E-E, or V-E-V-V.
Is that his first or last name?
He's Sergeant Vev, that's his last name.
Sergeant Vev. Perhaps I'll give him a call in the morning.
Vev was sort of your more main caretaker, sort of, not caretaker, but sort of was making sure you sort of seemed to not have your weird periods where you stare off at, kind of where the ghosts you're channeling aren't freaking out and causing
right.
causing poltergeists and hauntings and things like that.
Well, not unless I mean them to.
Perfect. So with that, you can all take a long rest as you think about some people you'll contact in the morning. Duchess, you go home. Anything notable?
Probably not.
Just stumble home. Duchess.
Another day.
So, in that case,
Not that she stumbled, to be fair. So, the stuff Duchess was saying in the bar wasn't because she was drunk, even though she definitely was. She's just the type of like person that you're not sure if they're ditzy or trying to sound ditzy to throw you off. You know what I mean? She's just kind of out there. But she's
Kinda
drunk, but
Marilyn
she's
Monroe?
not stumbling. She's definitely modeled after Marilyn Monroe, yes. But
Can't wait till you sing Happy Birthday for a distraction.
she might do that.
Are we gonna do the birthday cake gag?
You're dead.
Oh my god, yes. Starting next level, you can create a birthday cake for yourself to pop out of. So Duchess, you get home. In that case, everyone, you may have the benefits of a long rest.
We're
All
still
right.
level 1 though,
I
right?
have an arm again.
Yes, you're still level
Okay.
1.
You can only
making
reattach
sure.
your arm after a rest. You
A
can't
short
just, like,
rest.
Short.
But like you can't just like pop it back in. Like
Apparently not.
What if you know mending?
Feeling-
Would that help?
feeling is very evil this way.
I was thinking about this. No, I think it's more than simply sticking it back on. It takes you a short rest for the magical, connections. I mean, because it's like if somebody cuts your head off with a Vorpal sword, but it would not drop you to 0 hit points. You just pick your head up and stick it back on.
No,
Just like
that's
hold it
really
there for an
weird, though.
hour.
Does the arm
If you-
work? Sorry, go ahead, Vanda.
No, the arm does not move on its own. But anyone can use it as a maul or as a
If you're
mace.
How do you stick your own head back on if the head doesn't control the body
Yeah, which
anymore?
part is controllable when the head goes off? Is the body still controllable?
Exactly.
Or is
How
the
do you
head?
do it, or do you need somebody else to put your head back on?
Now we're getting some real ship of Theseus parts.
If I
Very good
grab a
question.
weapon with my arm and then I detach the arm and I hold my arm with my other arm, do I get extra reach?
I love how
No.
none of this is pertinent to what we're just
Right.
like,
No to
situation
that
at hand.
one, but I will say that the head getting cut off scenario, if your head gets cut off, you're not dead, but you are like you're not really able to like do much. And your body is just kind of like stumbling around crazily now. I would probably rule it in the way that it happens in most like cartoons or TV shows. Like you can kind of like pick your head up and hold it there, but you do have to like hold it there for an hour. You know, your body has enough control between the two that it can hopefully recover the head. Better would be somebody else to pick it up and set it on you and kind of just, you know, guide the body
And
into
the
a sitting
head
position.
guide the body that, to the left. Hot.
I would say, yeah, like, I don't want to say all the time because, like, there may come a time mechanically where that's too much coordination that you simply would not have. But a little bit, I'd
For
be down
comedic
with.
effect?
Yeah, for comedic effect, yes.
Roger Rabbit rules. Let's
yeah.
do it. Yeah.
And the head can act, and the body can accidentally kick the head, and then you bounce down. Yeah. All right. So, in any case, a long rest is taken. Was the plan to all sort of meet back up? I know you had said you were all going to meet tomorrow to some degree. Was the plan that you were all going to meet back at the bar? What was your plan, Dominic? I'm gonna assume that you would have given the order for this. So where did you want everyone to reconvene?
I would have said for them to get to safe house, meet back up in the morning tomorrow.
Understood. So
At the bar?
At the bar, yes.
Very good. So, in that case, the group, kind of the group from, if you guys would like to wake up a little early, you can certainly save a copper and walk. Those of you who rode down last night, Duchess, you can get where you're going. You're just in Hollyberry. It's not that far to the alley. So those of you can all kind of gather at the alley in the morning. Dominic, do you live on site at the alley, or are you at an apartment just kind of nearby?
I believe I still live in Lil Trachaloy, but off the ways from
Understood.
the alley.
So you come to the alley sort of first thing.
I think
Inside.
Since I was knocked out by this poisoned candy
Yeah.
bar or tampered candy bar, I would have just woken up with a start. And I assume I was still sleeping within my suit that I had from yesterday, so now it's all wrinkly.
Yeah, sure.
and
That's perfect.
Covered in stuff, so I would
I think it was wrinkly yesterday.
Maybe. I would just immediately just dash off back to the alley and pick up the candy bar with me.
Okay, cool. So in that case, I'll sort of say that you sort of arrive just for sort of the sake of it, right at the same time as the people who went to the safe house. Duchess Contessa pretty punctual? Do we have a teleportation situation on our hands? What's the timeliness of this individual?
I feel like she likes to make an entrance with a joke or something.
No, I don't know, because she would definitely be at the wrong place at the right time. I don't know about being at the right place.
Yeah, meanwhile, when all of you guys are there, there's like cut to like some courthouse, and Duchess Contessa's just sitting there, and all the prospective jurors are like, ooh.
Guilty.
Is Nova okay? I dash into my bar.
Understood.
Oi,
You see the bar has been cleaned up 0. The onion is asleep. I rolled a natural 1 for the onion's cleaning.
You know what? If that's just because Dominic basically hired her, right? So she
Yeah.
would show up on time because it's a job.
Okay, gotcha. So Duchess is there. Actually, Duchess was the first one there. Dominic and the others all kind of arrived around the same time. Dominic, you run in. You're looking for the kid. You don't see Cynthia or the kid. They sleep upstairs here. You don't see the candy.
Oh no.
On the counter. Your pass is 15, right?
Yes.
Dom, yeah. 15. You do hear someone snoring.
The onion?
Someone besides the onion. You definitely, everyone hears the onion snoring, but you hear someone else asleep.
That's separate from Nov and Cynthia, right?
Yeah, you have to go up and check on them if you're
Right.
going to do so.
Is Gianna still here?
Yes, she is. Gianna is here. She is passed out. There's 2 bottles next to her.
Empty bottles, freshly empty.
Did
Is she
she
the snorer?
did she use
I
the
told
stash?
She seemed to dip
I
into your
told you.
stash a bit overnight, yes.
I told you so.
It's family goods. She's allowed to use it. But anyway,
Even though you don't let her.
I don't let her, but she's allowed. I'm not gonna punish her for it. It belongs to
Yeah.
the family. Besides, she's my equal in rank. I can't punish her
She
if she
is.
does something.
Not with that attitude.
I mean, if she's consensual, I mean.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So
dash upstairs.
you dash upstairs. The door is closed. Loud knocking. After a few moments, you feel sort of tentative footsteps. You hear Cynthia from the other side saying, "Yes."
Cynthia, open the door.
She opens the door. She looks. She's kind of like wearing her usual clothing. Doesn't look like she slept much herself. She just looks very scary. Kind of bags under her eyes. Yeah.
Walk past and walk to wherever Nov is.
Nov is sleeping in his kind of like
Okay.
just
Is he sleeping or is he sleeping?
Nov is asleep.
Is he sleeping with the fishes?
Yeah.
He's not sleeping with the fishes. Nov appears to be sleeping. Dominic, you glance around the room. You have pretty good perception. You see sitting on kind of like the counter with all her kitchen goods, there is a sort of a big bag of candy.
You didn't touch any of that candy, did you, Cynthia? Or Nov?
No, it was too late.
All right, good. Take it. I'm taking candy from a child. I'm not going to explain myself and just walk downstairs.
She's like, "What is something?" She kind of just she's like, "Dominic, is something else wrong?"
Maybe.
Okay.
Good thing you didn't eat this stuff. Anyway.
She looks kind of confused, but you'll leave her upstairs in her.
I'll leave her be.
All right.
I didn't hire her. She wasn't hired to do mob stuff. She was just a bartender, right? Just a literal bartender. And that's-
She has
she's
occasionally.
protected. Right.
You were told to kind of keep her protected. Your understanding is like, if you need something lifted from someone, you actually could ask her to do that, and she seems to have some certain degree of maybe thieving history and ability. You've never there's been no indication she's ever taken anything from you guys, but yeah, you're mainly just here to employ her as a bartender, not to have her do like work.
Got it. Okay. All right. Then finally, with that first priority out of the way, I walk downstairs, see everyone. I have a bag of the kids' candy that they know I gave to the kid, right?
Oh, hey, is this breakfast?
I think about it briefly.
Serve a very, very good nutritional benefit.
No, I wouldn't. I then, now that you're all here, I pick out the candy bar that Zip Gun gave and said, "You remember that Brickborn guy that shot the elf, right?"
Yeah, the guy
Yes,
you
he
trust
was-
with your life.
He was quite rude.
Yeah.
The one that
Uh,
ran away from the bar.
Yes, that one, Zip Gun. I ate the candy bar I asked for him, and it tastes off. It tasted off. And I'm just going to take another bite of it again, just to confirm it wasn't me being crazy last night from being tired.
It tastes off. It tastes, in fact, I'll say after several hours, as you bite into it, like there's like an off taste and like something has hardened at a different rate as the candy. There's like a more intense bitterness inside of it somewhere. Yeah. You spit it out.
Yeah, I spit it out. I was just tasting. I wasn't gonna swallow it this time.
Yeah, you sort of. Yeah, something's up with that.
Verified. It wasn't just me being crazy last night. So.
That didn't seem very wise if you thought it was poisoned.
I have to be sure. Anyway.
He's an orc. He's not very wise.
Hey. We don't appreciate that sort of language here. Being judgmental of people for their race, that stuff they can't change.
I am sorry. This was only.
She didn't use a slur.
What is a slur?
Anyway, so where was I going with this?
Oh, I also guess I should mention the other thing here you guys said you would do in the morning. There is still a tied up elf.
Yes, that's right. We were gonna address.
We haven't delivered her. Oh,
she's been
left there like that overnight.
Ambrosia's been guarding her.
It's been guarded.
No, I'm not worried about someone guarding her. I'm just saying she was just tied up all night.
Are you asking Ambrosia, who's now kind of like hovering in the doorway and from the stockroom?
Yeah, I guess I am. Yeah, all right. Duchess will ask Ambrosia, but be a lot nicer about it.
I laid it down.
There's a chair literally on its back.
Laid it down?
I laid it down, I put her I tilted it over so she could sleep.
That'll do.
Well, that seems fairly accommodating if you're asking me.
I put a sack of flour under her head for a pillow.
That was very nice of you. May I go back there?
Sure. Ambrosia steps to the side. Or actually, Ambrosia says yes, and you sort of walk up to Ambrosia, and she hasn't moved. And then she's like, and then moves.
Yes. Thank you. You're a doll, and she'll go in.
Dominic, is there a payphone here or something? Do payphones exist in this?
Payphones exist. They also would have a phone here.
They have a phone.
But we're gonna follow the Duchess at this point. So Duchess, you've gone to the back room. You see a chair.
Oh, what is this back room used for without the torture? Like, is it like a cleaning closet or
storing illicit drugs?
Oh, okay.
And
for our
liquor.
business.
But it's where like it's like a big, it's like a warehouse room. They keep some, they keep potions what fell off a truck.
So if she was tied up, does that count as a long rest for her?
Yes, it would. Actually.
Is the blood pool still there?
She's kind of injured. NPCs will maybe have different rules of this, so she's in bad shape, but she did get some healing from the potion, so she's in a little better shape. But she's tied up. As you walk in, Duchess, you do notice she appears to be just awake, just laying on the ground, in a chair that's been like tilted onto its side. She's tied up. Her head is on a bag of flour.
Duchess will sit the chair upright.
Martin.
Martin.
How are you doing, sunshine?
I'm doing great. Is there a like a bucket and clean, like, can she like start to clean her face and stuff?
Sure, you can go grab some water, and you could have brought that in. She'll say, "Careful of the neck. I got shot in the fucking throat last night."
Yes. Yes, I was there. I saw.
There's blood caked all over.
Yeah, no, you'll be fine. This is, I've seen worse. Don't worry about that.
She kind of looks at you for a second. You in the war?
Yeah, I was.
I suppose you might have then.
Suppose what?
I suppose you might have seen worse then.
Oh, yes. So.
Where were you?
Oh, it was all over the place. She will list it. I have no idea. I forgot.
Oh, you will tell her. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, no, I know. Yeah.
You tell her you were mainly. Are you being honest?
Yeah.
Then yeah, when you tell her you were in sort of Marland, she kind of nods. Then when you say you were in Gomo, and she's like, "Oh," she'll make an insight check on you. Actually, natural 1. Yeah, owlbear shit.
What?
That's like owlbear shit. You were. She doesn't believe you. She doesn't believe you.
Oh,
She's calling
okay.
bullshit, but because of fantasy, she says it's owlbear shit.
Oh, owl bear. Okay.
Different term plus Irish accent means no one knows what's happening. Yes.
Incomprehensible.
Yeah.
That's fine. I don't need you to believe me. I just wanted to ask, how did you know about the farm?
What farm?
You were talking about a farm last night in your delirious haze. After losing all this blood here.
You just careful, please. Oh, fucking Christ.
Okay, don't be a baby about it. Come on.
I genuinely don't know what farm I would have been talking about.
Farm with the singing sun and.
Farm with a singing sun? I must. God, that. Say what you want to about those fucking orcs. They got good shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I had to, I'm no doctor, but if I were a doctor, I would think to get you back to, get your memory back in place, would to get you into the same position that you were in last night. So if you just give me a minute, I'll go get a gun. We'll shoot the different side of your neck, and see if that jogs any memories. It's really the best thing.
You fucking cartoons are weird. Wait, is this some cartoon shit with the singing sun? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of cartoons with singing suns in them.
Yeah.
Maybe I was talking to you because you're a cartoon. I don't know. I don't remember much of last night after I got shot in the fucking throat.
Insight?
Go ahead and make an insight roll.
18.
That seems to be the truth.
Okay. In that case, Duchess will just finish cleaning her up and then take her phone number out of her pocket.
Fair enough. Would you do? Hey, where's? I actually don't know what that paper is, so never mind.
It was my phone number.
Sorry, not really interested.
Neither was I. That's why I took it back.
What the fuck? Can I get some breakfast, maybe?
I'm not a chef.
Well, then can you let me out of here so I can go home and this doesn't turn into a full incident?
Hang on a sec. Duchess will go to the doorway. They want breakfast or to go home?
I will have been cooking breakfast. I will have asked Dominic if I could cook breakfast during all this shit.
I would have said, yeah, sure. You're on the payroll and Cynthia is advocate.
And I am proficient in cook's utensils.
Then in that case, you can prepare some breakfast. No roll required. Absolutely.
That would have been great. That's actually, wow. You can actually cook breakfast. Huh.
Duchess will ask the elf if she has any allergies.
Yeah, bullets in my fucking throat. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I don't cook those.
Anyway, so. Alright. So I'm going to. Well, now that. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. I was eating this candy bar, spat it out, then would have said, okay. I do not think that I am no longer what is it, a hapless bystander in all of this anymore, because I think that zip gun, I think it was trying to kill me with this sort of thing, and trying to kill the kid too.
Was that a double
The guy you trust
negative?
with your life.
Yes, I still trust did.
What possible
complicated.
motive could he have to be killing that helpless child?
Good question. I do not know. Well, if I were to guess, he saw you all last night. I saw you all last night too. Who knows? Maybe this is all tied together. But anyway, so we've got 3 leads. The way I see it, we got 3 leads to follow. I've put out a call. Well, I will put out a call to my family to keep an eye out for Zip Gun and restrain him, take him into whatever, catch him, whatever.
To the woodshed.
Prepare him for a talking to.
Yes.
Sure.
We'll talk to him. We'll talk to him again.
Yeah.
No.
Then, or we could chase down wherever your patron is. Actually, I don't think I actually know not Ka. I don't think Dominic as a person knows the rat folk and the 2 mannequins, how they are all connected together. They were just at his store.
You
We
know
never
they were
discussed
all.
it.
They have explained they
meeting
were
the same
all
person.
here meeting the same person who never showed,
Right.
but you don't know who that person is specifically.
Speaking of our mutual connection, if I could use your phone for a moment, I'd be very grateful, young man.
Yeah, you can do that right now. As for the rest of you, what is your connection? Rat. What is your name? I don't think I ever asked.
Oh, I am Scrakk, Brakkim, professor of STEM studies,
Brakkim. All right.
MGD.
Damn.
Oh, sorcery, the thaumaturgy, and extraplanar magics.
You chose that. All right. And you, really disturbing mannequin thing.
Which one?
Call me Leo.
No, not
the
you.
other one.
The other one.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Why do we have 2?
I didn't see that coming because I absolutely think Leo is the more disturbing of the 2, like without a doubt.
It very much depends. There's a lot that goes into which one's more disturbing. I think the answer is they're just both disturbing, and that's fine.
my name is Sha'Nehl. It is an old Elvish name.
All right, Sha'Nehl.
It was given.
All
to
right.
me.
I didn't ask for your life story.
You
Oh wait, I
are a
actually
very
did ask for your life
evil-
story.
You
I did.
Who are you? Don't tell me who you are.
Okay.
I'm really into this.
All right.
Not a wise orc.
If you don't mind my inexperienced opinion on your mobstering, you seem a bit inconsistent in your questioning.
Oh my god. That was.
You all are
Here,
confused.
you don't interrogate on an
confused
empty
a lot.
stomach. Here you go.
All right. What did you cook, actually? No, I'm not gonna look at it. I'm just gonna put it into my mouth. I don't care.
A nice potato soup or something. I don't know.
Does it taste good? How
I don't know
proficient?
what I cooked.
It probably tastes fine.
I'll say it's probably more just based on like what you have. I mean, if you actually Luminus, go ahead and roll a check. Add your proficiency and wisdom. You were kind of feeling it out.
Proficiency and wisdom.
Yeah, you know kind of how everything smelled and
Yeah.
what you thought the taste would
15.
be. Yeah, it's good. It's better than most of the slop you have.
I paused briefly, not at Luminous. Okay. Anyway,
You're damn right.
that's right. How are you all connected, especially with that patron of yours?
That's
I think it's just the patron.
This is classified.
cla-
I can't
cla-
tell you this
classified.
Oh yeah, there's some
We
project
knew-
they worked on that they don't want to talk
much.
about.
We knew each other in the war.
Yes, that would be the best way of explaining it.
I
believe.
need to remind you that classified thing got my bar shot and almost got a kid up there killed. So, please,
That was your orc friend who was killing people.
because you a lot were here, I believe I deserve an explanation besides it's classified, friends.
Well, if we
Side note.
understood,
Duchess is just she's listening, but she's just making a bloody what is that, Bloody Mary? The tomato thing? Yeah.
It is
Bloody
only
Mary.
a hypothesis on your part. You do not know for sure that he was trying to kill you because of us.
Question for the DM.
Yo,
Is the name Project Skip Leech publicly known at this point?
it is publicly known. It is not like like the most widely known thing. That if you said you worked on that, people would know that you were involved in making there be no color. So it's probably not a thing you necessarily would volunteer all the time.
Okay.
I will also just like to say that Duchess Contessa, like you making a Bloody Mary really makes sense to me. I was gonna be rude and have there be like a mix up on like can you tell the colors of various things, but I will say the one thing a cartoon will know no matter the one thing a cartoon will know no matter what is tomatoes. So like you are able to be like, this is tomato stuff. Yeah, you do it no problem.
I would like to call up. the
Do it,
sergeant,
I
like,
dare you, she says.
All right.
Push that line, Philip. Fucking do it. Push it some more.
Yeah,
see what happens.
See what happens. All right, buddy. Yeah, you can do
Anyway.
you want to call your sergeant? You want to call Vev?
Yes, Sergeant Bev.
Sorry, go ahead.
Who are they?
Let me finish my my line of questioning. If you refuse one more time, and shall you two? Because by this point Leo has already walked off.
Well, I'm right here. I'm just using.
Oh, that's
my
right.
phone.
The phone's right over there.
Like how he talks, Leo dials very slowly.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
this-
I'm about 4 digits in by now. I'll get
And
there.
they are rotary phones, so it's like
Oh god.
Sorry, I messed up.
Yeah. We don't know each other directly, but we all worked with the same department in the war.
I'm sorry, young man.
Fine.
If we did know more about what is happening, we would tell you, but we're still trying to figure it out ourselves. Oh dear, I messed up again.
All right, fine. Very well. And then, lastly, there's that elf out there in the back room. First thing we're gonna do is deliver her right back to the Illyris. In good condition. Because I don't want this bar shot up a second time, this time for my fault.
all right. So,
And I will also hand a breakfast bowl to our captive as well.
perfect. She'll if I guess if you can have like Ambrosia feed her or something if you're not gonna untie her.
I'll allow her to be untied and
okay, cool.
sit
So
at
in
the
that
bar
case,
with us.
she'll come out and sit at the bar with you, and she'll say, "You don't have to escort me back. By the way, you can just let me go. I'll get home. Don't you worry about that."
I believe her.
You don't want any accidents happening along the way.
She's a big girl.
I
I'm
am.
She also got shot in the throat last night.
I am considering.
Yeah, well, I was
She did have
tied
her
up.
hands. Yes,
Well-
she was tied up.
We'll need to talk with your. I don't want to talk with the Illyris right now.
Do we?
No, we don't. So I'll take you up on an offer, but this Dragonborn, he's actually a really good cook. Ah.
Damn right.
It's
pretty
not
good.
terrible.
Damn right.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm leaving.
You're our
Can I get-
guest.
Did you give
Want this to go?
Did you give the silver leaf necklace back?
Yeah.
Okay. She
you
sort
go.
of checked that there. She goes, "Well, good move, letting me go. Smart." She looks at Leo and just kind of leans in and goes, "You made a bad move, though." Holds up kind of her broken
did-
finger.
Oh, sorry
made a
about
very
that. I
bad
could heal
move.
you up if you'd like. My associate is not so right in the head all the time.
Does that scare her even more?
It doesn't scare her. She's like, these fucking mannequins, I swear to God.
Excuse
She
me.
says, she basically leans into you very close, Leo. And actually she looks at Sha'Nehl, who also threatened her, and she says, "You too. I wouldn't cross paths with me again if I were you. You understand?"
Yeah, you passed paths with
Well,
us first.
Right.
You did
It's
shoot at
all
us.
on you.
Sure, I'm just saying, you broke my finger, and you made to beat me with your own arm. So I'm just telling you. Watch yourself.
You
Well,
got
a
off
qualifying
easy.
question if you... Oh,
She's walking out. You could ask your question, but she's kind of marching out. She's trying to be all, you know.
What if I accidentally see you on the street and I just kind of avert my gaze away?
She
Awkward,
does
but
wanna do-
Honey, she's not listening to you anymore. She's gone.
She's very rude, and she
Save your strength for other things.
They try to
Alright,
kill
yes.
you, and then they are upset when you break
So-
your finger. Their fingers.
Who are you
Double
calling now,
standards.
Leonardo?
Leonardo?
Is that what Leo's short for?
Leopold, in this
Oh.
case, but if you're talking to another one, it's short for Leon or Leona.
Oh, not a
You do
Leonardo.
not want to talk to Leona.
All right, so you are calling Vev, is that correct?
Yes, actually, I think I'll switch over to Leon because I can't quite work this phone very well. It's this newfangled contraption.
All right. What's the
I'm just gonna
number?
duck down behind the counter.
This is my phone. What's the number?
No, it's all right. I have this, and he just does the dial like in 2 seconds. And picks up the phone.
You're connected to military command, but if you ask for Vev, you will. I'll roll a thing.
Hello.
Yes,
This
Vev is
Leon.
available. Vev will answer
Yes.
and say, "Hello."
Creepy Leon, yes. Oh, hello.
Hello, Leon.
Sergeant, yes. I had questions for you if you could possibly answer to me.
All right, well, Leon, I suppose so. You'll have to make it quick. I'm kind of in the middle of something here.
Well, as it turns out, so am I. I happened to be shot at last night.
What?
And, well, it was, I believe,
Where are
some
you?
sort of mob dispute. Somewhere in, I think, is it Little Tratuloi? Is
Oh,
this place
okay,
called?
never mind. Well,
Transalai.
listen, Leon, you really, there's no reason for you to be there.
Right, well, I mean, I had to go get a drink. It is the first time I could drink in a very long time.
I even
Correct
so.
motor
I-
function.
Okay. Maybe you want to
anyways,
stay on the basic. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Right. So I was supposed to be meeting Miss Taccia Brunotti.
Dr.
there.
Brunotti?
Yes, but I could not find her. Do you happen to know her current whereabouts so I could go discuss with her?
Hey, Maggie? I need a, hold on one second. Maggie, I need a,
Yes, of course.
got an address for, blah, 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 blah. Kind of comes back on and Vev says, Leon, why are you talking to a doctor from military intelligence?
Well, she reached out to me actually, so I would be asking you the same question.
All right, listen, can you put Leopold on?
Yes, give me 1 second.
All right.
Quick question while he switches in this horrifying
Yeah.
manner. I don't know that Duchess has heard that name, but if you're saying it's a military doctor, would Duchess know that name?
Oh, Tasha Brunotti. Go ahead and roll a history check. Let's see things, but this is a pretty high DC for you to be aware of this.
Okay, you said a history check?
History, yeah.
+0, so 19.
19. That is not a name. It's probably a name you've seen. It's not a name you've ever encountered. Wouldn't have been sort of
Okay.
your department of stuff. Leopold?
Yes.
Leopold, you there? Hey, Leopold.
Yes, Sergeant, I'm here.
Gotta talking to the other end, buddy.
Oh, all
There you
right, yes. My bad.
Yep.
Can you hear me now,
I
Sergeant?
can. Leopold, you were gonna go be talking to Tasha. Is that correct? To Tachia?
Yes.
Okay.
She wanted
Now-
to
now-
speak about something.
So Leopold, she probably wanted to ask you some questions about something you would know, right?
I mean, I suppose so.
All right. Well, listen. Okay, I got an address for her.
All right.
She lives in Broadside. Okay.
Okay. Yes, I'm familiar.
Okay. So he'll give you an address in Broadside.
Okay. She also called a few other people I'm vaguely aware of to the same location.
Who's
Do you have
that?
any idea why? Well, Professor Brakkim was here.
Professor Brakkim. You were
Yes.
meeting Professor Brakkim and Tachia. You guys shouldn't be meeting. If you need to talk about something, you should come into the base.
Well, I mean, we can certainly do that next, but I would like to find out what's going on here.
And I guess I should have mentioned Leopold. You would know Brakkim. Like Leopold
Yes.
and Brakkim would remember one another. One of your personalities knows Anthony's old character.
Yes.
But he's like, okay, well listen, I don't. You want me to send some MPs out there?
I don't think that would be necessary. I will call you again if it seems like things are becoming troublesome. I'll stay out of trouble as always. Yes, you know me. I'm very careful.
Fair enough. All right. Well, okay. So you and Dr. Brakkim, we're gonna meet Dr. Brunoti, in Little Tratuloy.
Well, it's kind of like on the edge of Little Tratuloy.
That doesn't
one street, but
that doesn't make it
actually
any better. All right.
Alright,
Anybody
yes.
else? Anybody else there I should know about?
Well, there was this nice mannequin lady named Sha'Nehl or something like.
I got to roll for Vev. Hold on. Let's see what Vev knows. 19 on the die. Sha'Nehl, a mannequin Sha'Nehl as in Hallie, Dr. Zennington should
I wouldn't know.
that's Dr. Zennington's
Dr.
mannequin.
Zennington.
Yeah. All right.
Sha'Nehl, you didn't tell me you knew Dr. Zennington.
Hey,
Sorry,
okay, hey, Leopold, you know what, Leopold? Can you just
Yes.
put Leon on real quick for me?
Hey, don't forget to mention
Yes,
me.
of
I'm here
course,
too.
of course. Yeah, what's up?
Leona, listen to me very carefully. Whatever you are mixed up in is a problem. You need to get all these people into a military facility as quickly as possible. I don't like this. You all shouldn't be out there messing around with stuff. Now, I just gave you Tachia Brunoti's address, but we're going to send some MPs to look for Tachia Brunoti. Because as far as I can tell, something's going bad. Leona, all I'm saying is just are you with Brakkim and Sha'Nehl right now?
I am, yeah, I'm not letting them out of my sight. Obviously.
That's correct. All right. Good soldier. All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just call me when you find anything out, but we're going to go look for it. But that's the address, but we're going to send MPs there to check on Brunoti because it sounds like Brunoti's not around. Is that what you're saying?
That's what we're suspecting, sir, but I will keep you posted.
That is not a good situation. All right. Bye. Hangs up.
Well, shit. Sounds like we got a mystery on our hands, folks.
You know,
I mean, we had one
Well,
before.
I
What-
was
what did they
hoping
say?
to keep this
Was I able to hear the address
the
with my past
download.
perception of 15?
You saw it, yeah, and you saw it written down here, yes.
All right.
I mean, we just got shot at the other night, so this is about as damn low as we're going to be able to keep it.
Well, but who do you know for sure you can trust?
Not a goddamn person, that's for sure.
It's
Not
true.
the military.
You can't trust family, you can't trust anyone.
I do not have
I
family.
know Vev, though. Vev's been good to me.
Can't trust them.
Bev might not know everything.
Dominic's got a point.
I don't even know where you came from.
agree.
Luminus.
I don't know that we should have shared that much information. For all we know, they could be trying to take us to the base for, well, to contain us if they were the ones that hired
Or
the hit in the first place.
deactivate us.
Well, whatever they do, it's for the best interest of the country, so it's in my best interest as well.
All right.
To confine yourself in a military base.
After the project, I don't know that that's necessarily the truth anymore.
All right, well, you're the one who wanted to keep it on the down low. I'm not talking about the project at
I
all.
can't concur because I don't know what this project is.
And it's probably better that you don't.
Anyway. All right, so we've got this address
We do, yes.
in Broadside. Is that a place
Think
I've
we
ever
better
been to?
hurry.
Oh, you know, Broadside is a pretty darn big neighborhood.
Is it like
Can we make it
how
there
nice is
before
this
the military
neighborhood? Are we
police?
talking about
Like Beverly
Bel Air,
Hills,
Beverly Hills?
Broadside
or are we
is-
talking...
Broadside is very, very middle class to lower middle class. Broadside is working class, I guess I should say.
Is it suburban?
Broadside is not suburban. It's definitely within the city. It's like not Hell's Kitchen. if that makes sense. It's a bit rougher in some ways. It's not like
It's
Hollyberry,
Sun Valley?
which is kind of bougie. I don't know that I have a good LA equivalent for Broadside.
Sun Valley?
I don't think it's Sun Valley. No.
No.
I don't think I have a good LA equivalent. I think it's much more of
Right.
like a thing. Although Broadside is Broadside does lead out to the suburbs of the San Finito Valley. But
Alright.
I mean Broadside. I mean, so the thing about well, we'll get into that another time. I will, however, roll to see the exact. Yeah, she'd be okay. So, but this is like on like the more northern part of Broadside. Not too far from, it's like just off Margaret Street. She's just in a fairly nice building, or like a fairly average building. Not nice, but not too run down, based on what you can see about the address.
All right.
Well, I'm gonna head to this dress, and as far as I'm concerned, y'all got shot at too, so you're welcome to come with.
Does Duchess
But-
recognize the address since it's a military thing?
No, it appears to be like an apartment building.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Misunderstanding.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Well, you lot are gonna come along, and Luminus and Duchess, this will be part of your job for us to find out why.
All right.
Ice cream?
All right. I'll pull out a tub of ice cream from the.
Just gonna
You guys
put
are-
on for the road real quick.
You are
if you don't
low on
mind.
ice cream here with all the you are not an ice cream shop. There was mainly ice cream for a child that she keeps here, and so she's made 2 milkshakes. So there's maybe a little bit of ice cream in the bottom of a thing, but you're low on
Yeah.
ice cream. You
There
need
you
to
go.
acquire more. And Duchess, yes, you can easily make yourself a roadie, no problem. Yeah, that's easily done. So you guys are gonna head over to Broadside.
Yeah,
That's
I'd like
would
to.
be a good way
I'd
run
like to
into
stop
the
at a-
military police.
Yeah, where did they say they were sending the military police?
That address
To that address.
that
Okay.
we are all running to right now.
Yeah.
All right.
I-
also,
want to stop at a payphone on the way.
you lot need disguises to hide yourself, especially you two, Leo and Sha'Nehl.
I do not need disguise.
Well,
How
I
long?
am 3 people, so I can just switch my face around.
How long can a tune change their appearance?
Momentarily. And
Ah,
it's never not clearly you. Like, think of what the genie does, where he's like,
mhm.
I'm scary now for a second. It's just like this instantaneous, like, da-da, but it always goes, yeah.
Well, I
It's
mean,
always
I can
correct.
just change my clothes too.
I
They-
would prefer not to travel with the torturer, please.
Oh, now we're getting all prissy about it. Fine, I'll switch
just
over.
do the thing.
Oh,
Thank you.
Is this better?
Yes.
You at least.
I am a bit more personal. than
I'll
my
just, at the
shit.
very least, give some hats, some nice mobster hats.
Hands
To-
out fedoras.
I do not
Yes,
need
exactly.
I don't
Sha'Nehl
need
and-
that. I'll just change my appearance. I'm wearing a long coat and a pillbox hat with a veil, and also put on some makeup because I have a disguise kit.
So
I have
I'm-
gloves.
I'm there as I'm giving you a fedora. Wait, you can do that?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
They can
I
change
also
their
do this, and
clothing.
I will snap, and I will be wearing a pinstripe suit with a matching fedora.
Yeah. They're still mannequins, and if anybody sees them up close, they will gasp in terror. But
I have
they
makeup on and I have a veil.
You have a veil. Yours is a little more convincing, but if anyone looks at you, they'll still be scared if
I'm
they
going
look
to
at you
like
close.
make it like a large coat, so I can kind of like hide in it, like a.
Sure.
Do you have servants' clothing that would fit a rat folk?
No, we don't serve rat folk here. This is all you got.
Yeah,
You're just
Servants'
swimming in
clothing.
a hat. It's got like
Wow.
a 10-gallon hat for you. Yeah.
it's probably better without it. Most people don't notice rat folk, anyways.
Casually dropping that. No, actually, we're bigots, so you have to deal with
No,
that.
we definitely wouldn't let you eat them.
Um,
Okay.
I don't
yikes.
mean we don't serve them
No.
because we don't allow them.
No,
They
no,
just
I-
don't
I
come
said-
to this
I
area.
said, do you have servants' clothing
no.
that would fit
No.
a rat folk?
And people
No.
who work here are family,
Okay.
apparently.
Yeah. But in any
So,
case, if you
the best
guys,
I've got is like my jacket, which is like really oversized.
I want to stop at a payphone if I can.
so you don't want to use the phone here.
Yeah, there's a phone here.
No.
Okay. Sure, you can go out walking to Tashia's. You want to hold the party up at a payphone? You want to catch up with them? What's your plan here? Are you going to tell them to go ahead and just go into the first payphone? Are you waiting until you get where you're going and getting in a payphone? Are you saying everyone wait here as you go into a payphone?
I wouldn't allow him on his own regardless.
Oh, I think
Yeah.
you're muted.
I
Yeah.
cannot let him out of my sight as well.
Yeah.
Leon
Can you
will
just
kill me
give me 2 or 3 minutes, please?
Is it like a closed payphone thing, or is it just like an
Like
open
I'm
booth?
looking for like a booth.
Yeah, it's like
If possible.
we'll
If
say
it's-
it's
if
phone
it's-
booths.
If it's glass walls, Duchess is absolutely sticking her face on the glass. The
Me
entire
too.
phone
Me
call.
too. Luminus
All right.
also is like.
All right, so Scrakk, they're out, you're in a payphone, but they're outside there. Go ahead.
Cool. I want to call what was the name? Hitosuke?
Yeah. Hilosoke.
Hilosoke. Yeah.
Hilosoke.
Hilosoke.
Hitosuke.
Hilosoke.
Commander Hilosoke.
I think it's Hilosoke. Yeah.
Hilosoke.
You know, so
Hilosoke. Yeah. All right.
Oh, that's an L. Okay, yeah.
All right. So
If
you're
I
gonna
ring
call
him up, do
Hilosoke.
I get a response? Also, did any of us have code names?
Yes, you can make
Okay.
up what your code name was.
I don't need to know the exact code names,
Yeah,
but I'm
but you
referring
can-
to people via code names.
You can call yourself as a thing. The phone rings. Somebody
Call
answers.
yourself Nymph.
A voice kind of comes on.
Hi.
This is
This
Hilosoke.
is. I'll refer to myself by code name, but this is Scrakk.
Go ahead.
This line is not secure. Myself and I'll refer to the other two were
I mean,
attacked.
Listen,
Yeah.
in these days,
Yeah.
like there's not really secure.
Okay.
Like no lines are being listened to like by the NSA,
okay, that's
but
fine.
literally anybody could just plug into a line and listen to it if they're able to.
I'll
There's
say
kind
it
of, you know,
anyways.
yeah, sure, it's
common
fine.
Also,
knowledge.
I was in there. I'll say it anyways. Myself and Leo and Sha'Nehl were brought together and attacked. I worry it's an. I'll just explain basically what happened and that we're being called to this area.
Hmm.
You're one of the few people I trust. Do you think this could be a setup?
Yeah, I don't like this.
I don't know who would know how to connect all three of us besides someone on the inside.
Did you say you were meeting with Tachia?
Yeah.
Something's going on with Bernodi.
We were told to go to her address and beat MP.
By who?
Did I hear who it was Leo was talking to?
Yeah,
I did say
Bev.
that, yeah.
Bev.
that's probably fine. No, but I'm just telling you, if Bernodi told you to be somewhere, it's possible. I don't know. Bernodi hasn't been. Bernodi sent a letter a week or so ago. Something about the project, some new information she had. People are a little worried. I mean, look, I don't think you have any reason to be afraid of any MPs or anything, but I wouldn't just, if you don't know anything, make sure it's clear you don't know anything, because Tachi might have known something people wouldn't want her to know.
All right. Well, I wanted to let someone know in case we all disappear. Something's going on.
Jesus Christ, Scrakk. All right. Well, that doesn't. I mean, you need me to come. You need me to send some people somewhere. I mean, I don't have much attachment to military police at this place, but I can.
I don't think that's necessary at this
just-
time. But
I get if
after the project, I don't know who.
yeah, you may not. Yes. I don't think anything's gonna happen to you if you go into if you go off with any MPs, other than that you're gonna have a real boring time at a base.
Oh, okay. I suppose that's all for now. Thanks for your help.
What did Tasha say she wanted from you?
What did she say? Did we all just got a summon?
She just
basically?
said, "Yeah, it's like this is Tasha." You know,
She-
I mean, I
she-
probably said like, "I want to talk," but meet me.
She just said she wanted to meet. It's suspicious in retrospect, but I was too absorbed in my research to
Yeah.
think about it.
I'll bet you were. All right, listen, Scrakk. Yeah, if I were you, I would. I wouldn't get too deep in this. That's all I'm saying. Don't dig too much.
It may be too late for that. Listen, I've got to go. We're supposed to meet them soon, but well,
Fine.
at least someone else knows what's going on.
Yeah. A lot of good it's gonna do me. All right. All right. Bye. Bye. Code name.
Yeah.
Hangs off.
Code name.
Yeah.
His
My code name is
just
code
literally
name.
the code name.
Yeah.
Oof.
And that's cool. You and Duchess had the same code name.
I'll leave the booth and
I was gonna hesitate. What kind of
That's
code
just
name
his
is Five?
password. His password.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna start listing famous mice and like Five-Hole, Mrs. Brisby, like.
So
Radigan.
Scrakk, you had that conversation,
Radigan.
sort of again to kind of to sort of summarize. It seems kind of some major takeaways there for you involve that Tachia had sent out some information that seemed weird, wanted to meet all of you. This Heliso thinks this is a little odd, but it doesn't seem to think you need to be like concerned about military police, although says you might just be taken into custody and questioned about a lot of stuff that you'll either don't want to talk about or won't know. But that is and you do trust this person a fairly good deal.
how much did that payphone cost me?
That would have cost you, God, that call went on for a little bit. That would have been 3 copper.
Okay, worth it.
All
Thanks for waiting. Let's continue.
Right. All right. Very well. Let's
Code
continue
name is
on.
code name.
Let's agree not to be taken away by military police. Please?
I don't
Alright.
know that if we go there, we'll have a choice.
It
Well,
doesn't sound like much.
Then let's not.
It's not my intent to be arrested for anything. 'Cause I'm a
Maybe
law-abiding
It
It will
citizen.
probably be fine. Let's
maybe
just go and see what
not
happens.
all of us should go in.
We can discuss
Well-
that once we're there.
Usually,
Alright.
military police is very easy to notice.
The
That is
military
true.
will tell you splitting the party is not a good idea.
They're not exactly
If
the
we
most.
are there and there is a big military police truck, yes.
They're
are
not
there.
exactly inconspicuous.
You are right.
We might say that we must gather our party before venturing forth.
Well, let's head towards the destination. If need be, I can also scout it out. I did have some basic stealth training during my time
Yeah,
in
don't
service.
bother. That'll take too long.
All right.
Very well.
What are we waiting for?
Wonderful. So, you guys reach this building. Unlike sort of like the very nice area in Cook Park where you guys stayed last night, the 4 of you in the safe house, this is a much more rough and tumble neighborhood. A good number of humans, even dwarves, are kind of just bustling around here. This is like a lot of clotheslines running between the buildings kind of neighborhood. Louder, more bustling. And you find the address. It is an extremely nondescript apartment building. Seems like a walk-up, which most of them would have been, in this time period anyway. And Tach's apartment seems to be several stories up.
Do we have to go inside an indoor corridor in order to?
Yeah, you'll have to go up an indoor,
Alright.
Is there
indoor
a fire
staircase.
escape at the back?
Ooh, you're clocking it. You have a passive perception of 14.
Yes.
Roll a d4.
I mean, is this building up to code in the
Yeah,
1940s?
basically that's the thing. On a 4, the building is not up to code.
Hold on.
D4.
1. Roll a 1. This is completely unsafe.
2.
Aw, man.
The building has a fire escape. On one side of it you can see. It's also one of those buildings where, though, it appears to be, like, built with only, like, a foot of clearance between it and the next building, so... there's some windows that, like, look on each other in awkward ways on that side of it. We'll say, front, that side, fire escape, back. She has a front-facing building, though, so she does not have a fire escape in her apartment. She's, like, on the actual front of it. The fire escape is on the side, so it's only in those apartments. But there seem to also be some, like, window access from the hallways up there. Just from
there are no fire escape from the hallway?
There are fire escapes from the hallway, but there wouldn't be one from her apartment specifically, as far as you can tell.
What floor is it on? Top floor? Mid floor?
3rd floor. Not too bad.
Okay. If I have to jump out the window, I can do that.
No problem.
Yeah, I do not know how you wish, but I think the back way, the fire escape might be a better way to go.
You do not see any police vehicles, military or otherwise, when you arrive.
Right. Well, we can split up and go 2 ways.
I'm just walking up to the apartment and knocking.
Yeah, let's go in.
So who is going up the main stairs? Dominic, Luminus, anybody else going in? Up the main way?
Duchess would probably stay with Dominic at this point.
Duchess, Dominic, Luminus. So yeah, your crew, you go up. Sha'Nehl, you are climbing up the fire escape. Make an athletics check to get up to the bottom of the fire escape. Because, it's like, it doesn't go to the ground. You got to do, like, the jump off a thing to,
Puts Macaulay Culkin there.
I was going with Dominic.
Leah's going as well. Scrakk, what are you doing?
I think I'll go with Duchess.
No, that's not good.
That means only Sha'Nehl's on her own.
So Sha'Nehl, so all of you guys go inside, and Sha'Nehl's like, I'm gonna go another way, and Sha'Nehl is like just like jumping up and not able to grab. So what people see is this woman. It looks like a woman in a trench coat wearing a pillbox hat with a veil, jumping up to like try to get on a thing. And if anybody looks over, they notice that her like body is very kind of just kind of.
She moves like a Barbie.
Exactly, and then people are like, only in broadside. So Sha'Nehl, you try a few times. You're having some trouble. You can keep trying in a minute if you'd like to. But in the meantime, everyone else makes it up to the door. You find the door there. You knock, Dominic.
I'm gonna pound. Knock, knock, knock. Bonk, bonk, bonk. Pause.
You hear nothing in response.
Try the door. See if it's unlocked.
Can I put my ear to the door?
Would this door be unlocked? Go ahead and make a perception check as you do this, and you're trying the door. Okay, got it.
Boy, it's not that great. 11.
11. You don't hear anything. The window's open leading out to a fire escape. In the distance, you hear footfalls as someone jumps up and down about 3 stories below you, about like 30 feet that way. You hear the sounds of traffic, but you don't hear anything coming from inside the room. Dominic, you go for the door handle. It is open.
Dude, I just fall in.
So Luminous, you tumble in. All right.
Duchess just walks on him as she goes in.
Duchess, you go through, and Duchess, I will say that you...
Classic Sorcerer's Apprentice.
You smell something. You smell something that is a familiar and sort of strange odor, but it's one that you're familiar with. You smell ink.
Smell of death.
Ink? Oh, I really thought you were going to say a dead body.
Not dip.
Well,
not dip.
Well, yes, Duchess, you smell the ink that you are made of in a large quantity.
Okay,
You guys are looking up kind of like a little entryway. It seems like the room continues off after a hallway. You notice that there are some nails on the wall, looking like there might have been pictures or things hung in them. You do see a broken frame on the ground. Something has been removed from it.
Duchess will tell everyone to look around this like living. I'm guessing it's like a living room.
Yeah, you guys haven't quite stepped into it yet, but yeah.
So Duchess will say like, you guys look for clues out here. Don't follow me unless I scream really loudly.
I would suspect I smell it as well, given I'm a rat folk.
You do smell it as well, yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Can you please get off?
Although your perception
She
is not
didn't
amazing,
stand on
so
you. She kept
Perception
going.
is not amazing,
She just-
but I do have advantage on perception checks.
you have the scent of it.
Yeah.
You're not necessarily sure. You don't make a perception check then. It is smelling,
my
so you have
passive
advantage.
perception for smell would be 16. Since I do
Sure.
have
Go ahead and
advantage.
make the roll in this case
Yeah.
as you try to pinpoint what this is. And it is advantage because you're
It's the same thing, 16.
16.
So same as passive.
It definitely smells not biological, but something seems kind of like weird or thick about the scent. Definitely inky.
Do I recognize that smell?
I think you would not, based on your fields
Okay.
of study. Duchess, so you're going to go a little deeper.
Yes.
All right,
Call
Duchess.
out.
I will check the kitchen.
Understood. Luminus, you walk into the kitchen. The rest of you, as you look around, see a living room that has been tossed. A lot of overturned, furniture, cushions cut open, books on the ground splayed out. Duchess, you're continuing around. You're looking into a bedroom.
She will draw her bazooka though, just in
Okay.
case.
Literally or figuratively?
Duchess,
Somehow both.
as you step around into the bedroom, you do see black ink, like pooling all around the ground. There is a body. The ink that sort of composed them kind of has sloughed off and into this extremely black viscous pool. The body laying there is not one that is immediately known to you. It does appear to be restrained in non-animated restraints.
So when inked die, and that's their ink and not their blood. Can this ink turn someone a non-inked into a painted?
It's been two. No, it's the ink is the one part. The paint is another part. So
That's
yeah,
what I'm just wondering. So this is not something that if they touched it, they would be in any
no.
danger.
They would just be touching something.
That was why I told people to stay back.
Understood.
It's as if it
Gotcha.
had fallen into like
Your blood does not
ink.
But there is this
Erection oil.
Vampire.
There is this very, very thick sort of pool of this substance. You do not recognize the figure here, on the ground. They do appear to be restrained. Why don't you make an investigation roll?
+0. That's a 12.
You are not familiar with these kinds of
Of course she's not.
restraints. Actually, wait, you might be.
Those kind of restraints. Okay. all right,
Yes,
all right.
it actually looks more like that kind of stuff, and you actually see some whips and paddles on the ground that are like spilled out behind it as well. But this tune appears to be kaput in this bedroom with some of these other paraphernalia sort of pulled out underneath. You also see some like leather clothing and things of this nature kind of like spilled around. And in fact, it appears that the two
Okay. Last question.
Setting.
Can I tell if this looks like a sexy night gone wrong or a night gone wrong meant to look like a sexy night gone wrong.
I'm going to say with your 12, you are not sure.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay. So Duchess will kind of just poke her head out into where everyone is. We're looking for a woman, right? That's why we're here. We're looking
Yes.
Yes.
Bugbear woman.
Was she bugbear? Was she an inked bugbear, or was
Not that I'm aware of, no.
did she? Could I tell if the body was a man or a woman?
With it, you rolled a 12 on it, right?
Yeah.
The body was interestingly, you're not immediately sure of the sex, but it was not a humanoid. It appeared to have been an inked that was like an animal.
Was it like a bugbear animal?
It was not like a bugbear. You rolled a
Okay.
12. Actually, why don't you make a perception check, kind of separately from the. Let's
Okay.
see what you saw. Some of this was putting stuff together, but let's see what you could see about the figure.
That's better. That's a 17.
A 17. I will say it takes you a second to look through, but you see the way the inks and of course with the color and everything, you think that this was a ladybug.
A ladybug. Okay.
Yeah, like
Fair.
probably would have been like a 3-foot tall ladybug.
And we're sure this is the doctor's apartment?
You are confident this is the doctor's apartment.
Okay. So she's a bugbear. Okay. Did she have a ladybug girlfriend? Or boyfriend? Not all ladybugs are ladies. That's common
Would I know this?
Make a history
How close was
roll.
I to Professor Brunotti?
I mean, Leopold would know. Or Leopold would know what the deal had been back whenever.
All right. Well, I suppose I will switch back to Leopold.
No,
because
it's
Leopold-
okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, let me remember. It's been a while since I've talked to Professor Brunotti.
Mhm.
I roll a history check. That's a 1.
No idea.
+1, so 2.
Hey, Professor, are you there? Are you here?
Oh, last question. Had any of you been sexually intimate with her and knew her fetishes?
There's a lot of specific questions.
Not that I
Well, there's a
recall.
very specific thing that's happening back there. Or happened, I guess I should say.
You know, you're really just inspiring more questions rather than answering the ones we have.
All right.
I wasn't
I'm
trying
going
to answer your questions.
I'm
You're
going
trying to answer
back
my
there.
questions.
Mhm.
I just
Somewhat-
okay,
somewhat
boss.
on-
If you do want to go back there, just it is upsetting, in multiple ways. Like, and it also might awaken things in you.
He's a mafia.
I don't know.
He's fine.
So just just be aware
Right.
Okay, so Dominic's going to go back.
and watch where you
Sha'Nehl,
step.
in the meantime, Sha'Nehl, you've been jumping up and down.
Right. Okay.
You have yet to pull the thing down. Do you want to try again with a higher DC, or do you want to go inside, or just hang out outside?
Do I see military police anywhere
Make a perception check.
approaching? This is 22.
You look up and down. You don't see any military cars anywhere.
I'll give up on the thing and go up with a regular way.
Understood. Dominic, you were talking to the professor. Sorry, go ahead.
Professor, are you there?
I may be a little distracted. Actually, did you say there was a lot of papers and books?
Yes,
to
I'm
learn
here.
about?
Yes,
not
many
you.
Do they
many
look
papers.
That's what I
related
was going for.
Do they look related to the research I was doing at all?
Make an investigation roll as you start going through them.
Sure. Just a moment. 22.
Most of them are just like random sort of other books. Many of them sort of, written in Goblin and in other Bugbear materials, but there definitely are several that are magic books. I'll say with the 22 and you kind of quickly looking through, of these books that are thrown around, none of them seem to be works that are not, sort of, some are somewhat obscure, but none are like difficult to find. Paper-wise, there are several papers that seem to be talking about color magic theories. Go ahead and make an Arcana check, which you get to throw your stuff on top of that as well. Yeah,
I get to throw what on top of it?
You get to throw your professor die on that as you are
True.
you're a
that's true.
professor
Okay.
of Arcana.
It's a D4 right now. Only an additional 2 plus Arcana. That's a 15.
With a 15, it seems to be extremely dense material that she's going through.
Great. I love it.
You get the
I'm
sense
just-
that she thinks there's something that someone missed at some point, but you are very distracted. Continue.
I'm
yes.
distracted gathering all of that. I like offhandedly acknowledge you, Dominic. Yeah, what's but I'm not paying attention.
Not you either. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I am literally I'm doing nothing but gathering these papers and trying to like not read them, but I'm gathering them.
Looking for one professor and I got 2 other professors here. It's
So-
fine.
Had I ever
So-
been here before as a friend of Tassi communities?
No.
All right.
This is my all right.
So
She
go back
didn't
to-
live here during the war. This is a new place.
Right, all right.
Yeah. So Dominic.
Now, what was Luminus going to say?
Well, I was just gonna do my search and see what if they what the condition of the food is and what their diet was.
Make a investigation roll.
Yeah, this is my investigation.
Are you super high in investigation?
I am not. That is a 9.
Oof.
I'll say that you lose interest pretty quickly upon not finding what you are looking for.
There's no ice cream either. Damn.
The freezer has there is
What
there
is your
actually
class? Sorry.
believer. The freezer, as far as you can tell, actually would she even have a freezer at this point? No, she has an ice box, so the stuff down near the freezer is just more meat.
That's boring.
Sorry.
I really love a dragonborn that doesn't want any meat. I just
I mean, it's fine. It's not what I'm looking for.
All right. And then finally, I go back to Duchess Contessa with the body, and I say, I see this inked body, right?
Yes.
And I see,
Sort of a bug-like shape. Most of the ink has spilled off of it. What remains is still inked, but is also has like a sketchy quality to it. When inked dye, it's very disturbing.
did you say a bugbear or a bear of a bug?
they said a bugbear, and this is probably was a ladybug.
Hey, would you guys find any? Whoa!
Yeah. It's a wild night here.
Is that what tunes look like?
Can
when
I
they
tell
die?
how long ago? Like, do I know if this was last night? Or-
You can make a medicine check. Roll an advantage. It's your
It's your kind, it's
bizarre,
your people.
It's your bizarre physiology. Yeah.
Ooh, 19.
Wow.
That advantage really helped.
yeah.
You know, inked are interesting because when they die, they don't attract bugs. But this ink is very dry. It is congealed, so this is a few days ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So before
I will say that it's.
before we were asked to meet,
Well, I don't know how long ago you guys got that correspondence.
Before any
Uh,
of
we
you
were
got
asked
your
to meet
letters.
at the time.
Are we gonna report this, or?
Well, first off,
Because I'm just saying, if somebody finds us in here, it ain't gonna look good.
well, first
I'm
off,
sure the MPs will understand.
who is this? That's not Professor, right?
Dominic, why don't you make an investigation check in the room?
You know what? I'm gonna use one of my clues there to give it advantage to this check.
I don't see why you think it's so funny. Mr. Police are historically very reasonable and good in a conflicting situation.
19.
That just is laughing with Luminus. That's
Dominic,
It's keeled
you
over.
Dominic, you do a quick kind of glance through. You find on an end table a purse.
All right.
Duchess will grab that from him and be like, I think, given what's going on here, a lady should be looking in the purse, boss.
I
I
mean,
think-
dead have no gender, right?
I think I'll just reach inside for at least a wallet or something like that, just for
Understood.
identification.
So Duchess is trying to take it away. Are you allowing Duchess to have the purse, or you're fighting her?
if she insists on holding the whole purse, I'm just gonna open it while she's holding one side and just reaching for the first thing that comes to my hand.
Okay.
Then
Roll a d4 then.
D4.
We'll do
All right.
wallet.
1.
As it happens, 1 is the wallet. You do reach in, you pull out a wallet. If you open it up, it's a lady's wallet. You open it up.
Does it like go like a whole row of like cards, like a cartoon?
Yeah, I'll say that it is a physical wallet, but there's something kind of goofy about it. And the
Is it all just nude photos?
well, you haven't gone through the wallet, but if you're just looking for the ID, you have found the wallet of
Picture of Callahan's wife. What?
What name did you roll?
That's I like her name a lot. You have found that this was the wallet of one Miss Dottie Snurd.
Dottie Snurd.
Okay.
Did Duchess know Dottie?
Because she's a ladybug, I get it.
Oh, so all
Roll
Jeremy.
a.
Duchess knows a lot of painted in English.
I'm gonna say that's a 50-50. Evens, you knew her. Odds, you did not.
All right.
Go ahead and roll.
Odd.
You
man.
don't know Dottie.
Oof.
Um.
Dottie Snurd.
What a name.
Because she's a ladybug.
Duchess will look at.
Oh, I get it.
Came up with the Snurd. I was picking a weird cartoony
I get
names
it, I
for
get it.
Mortimer Snurd.
Duchess will look at
Dottie.
the rest of the purse inside.
Understood. If you go through Duchess, you do find. We won't go into details because it's too disturbing with cartoons. You do find various paraphernalia and things that indicate. It's like things that maybe certain kinds of ladies keep on hand. Certain paraphernalias for rendezvousing with assorted clients.
Clients. So, this was a lady of the painted knight.
Exactly. I will. Or an inked ladybug
A
of the
lady
night.
of the starry night.
Does she
You
work
do,
the
in
Grey
fact,
Light District?
Duchess. If you're going through, you find a little black book.
I'm gonna look through it. I'm absolutely gonna look through it.
Make an investigation check as you start looking through her little black book.
Meanwhile, Dominic, since he has the wallet, he's going to just a little fee for my investigation and just pocket some.
19.
There are 4 silver and 2 copper inside. 19. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You begin looking through here. It's a good number of names, and you notice she seems to have a system where she puts a certain number of dots next to different names. You suspect this may be like importance of clients. The more dots, the bigger a deal they are.
The bigger a deal or the bigger a deal?
Probably more like financially speaking, like
Okay.
the higher. She's not ranking whatever size. But there are 2 names that are notable. One for you not finding it is Taccia Brunotti, is not included in here anywhere. But there is a name that's in this book that has 5 dots.
I'm absolutely keeping this book, by the way.
Of course. Now, this is the ultimate in blackmail material. But the name that sort of strikes you as being notable, and it has 5 dots, more dots than any other name you see on here, is N. Elgrave.
Do I know that name?
I think that is a name that would be somewhat common knowledge and based on your history. Major General Nerian Elgrave was the director of Project Skip Bleach, Project Storefront, and Project Inkblot.
Does it have any of his other information? Or just his name and the dots?
Just his name and the dots. Based on the dots and the name, you suspect that one of Dottie's clients was
Do these names have dates next to them?
Ooh, No, they don't have dates. I guess they would actually have, they would have phone numbers, though.
Oh, absolutely keeping this book. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Nerian Elgrave, he's like the big time general military brass who was involved in a lot of the special projects, and you know that he was a major person who worked with Mr. Qualman, who is someone you definitely know from your
that...
sort of that's the head of Ode.
Okay.
Which is the Office of Divination and Espionage that you
Can Duchess inspect the body a little closer now? Because I don't think before she was like...
I will say with your 19 medicine...
I just want to be able to see if I can... Okay.
But yeah,
Sorry, I meant inspect the body, not the book.
Right, well, you did a good medicine and identified kind of the look of it.
Okay.
So, what are you trying to find out? I'll let you know.
Can I tell how she died?
Medicine is certainly going to be a way to do that. It appears... Are you willing to touch the body, move the body, or are you trying
Absolutely.
to... Then in case, if you're just kind of flopping around and it's like, like 6 arms go, kind of flying or whatever, or 4 arms, 2 arms on it. Anyway, insect. Basically, as you sort of flip her around, are ladybugs insects?
Yes.
Yes.
They're insects?
Yes.
Yes.
As opposed to...
Bugs.
Yeah, as opposed to arachnids or something. Yes, so basically 2 arms go flopping, her thin little leg kind of moves around like this. She appears to have been kind of stabbed repeatedly in the neck and thorax.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Hi guys. This edged escort was murdered and y'all are just laughing about it.
But okay, and so we are in... Are there photos up of the owl bear? Like, this is her home, right?
Of the
Supposed to
bugbear.
be. Or the bugbear?
If you look around, there a lot of pictures have been ripped off the wall, but on the ground in smashed frames, you do see photographs of her. Yeah. Black and white. But they would have been either way.
Right.
So we are in what is supposed to be the apartment of this bugbear.
Correct.
There's a dead inked lady of the night in her bed that's tied up erotically.
She's
and has
off
been
the bed, but
stabbed.
yes, has been stabbed in the neck a bunch, yeah.
But this was several days ago. And when did you guys get your notice from this doctor to come to the bar? How long
They
ago?
got the notice yesterday.
Yesterday.
Like the day of the thing.
We got it the day of, so this was after whatever.
And I will say,
What means did we get it?
Sha'Nehl, you are here by this point for sure.
Okay. Was it by letter or phone call?
No, it was like a direct delivery. It was like left with you. A note.
The what?
It was like a
note.
delivery. Like a note was left with you, not necessarily mailed. It just told you to meet her at that time. Something she wanted to talk to you about.
How am I doing on document collection?
You've looked through the documents. You rolled a 15 last time. It seems. I think part of what's giving you trouble here is that it's not really making too much sense. Although, actually, Scrakk, roll me another one. Roll me another Arcana check.
Okay. And I will say, I'm not trying to read them right now. I'm just trying to pick up anything that looks relevant and take it with me. Yeah, Arcana.
Go ahead and make another Arcana as you look these over, though.
While he's doing that, I would like to just move to the window and keep an eye on the street. Not standing in the window, but sideways.
I was actually gonna ask if you wanted to keep a lookout. Right.
Yes, I'm keeping a lookout for MPs or whatever else.
Does this window have vipers?
18 plus 4 plus 5, so 27.
Fucked up.
Scrakk, you're looking over this information. And suddenly something clicks for you. Scrakk, I need you to make a morality saving throw.
He gonna hide something if he fails.
need a different dice for this.
Yeah.
$16.
You don't have any bumping things, right? You don't have any.
Damn, it's that bad. Jeez.
No,
God.
not that I
Can
could
I
add
give
to
him my
morality.
inspiration?
Scrakk. Nah. Not for this. Scrakk.
Better this way.
You suddenly realized something big. And you look up in this room at these people. You don't know them. You don't trust them. Scrakk, you need to get out of here, and you need to get out of here alone.
Okay.
We'll say Duchess does tell them after she realizes kind of everything that's going on that they probably should get out of the apartment. I was thinking that, but
Are
Okay.
they still all in the other room inspecting
Yeah,
the
we
body?
would-
People are more in the other room in the body. Sha'Nehl is even coming here. I will say, Leon, did you also go, or who's out now? Leon or
No,
Leon?
Leon is like sitting in the chair outside of the room because
Okay.
he's just kind of like, I don't
Still-
really know what's going on.
Okay, so Scrakk, you're kind of alone in this room. Now you hear Duchess saying you guys all need to get out of here. But right now the only person in the room with you is Leon. The rest of them are either in the doorway to the bedroom or the bedroom itself.
What's
I'm not in the
by
bedroom.
the open window that Sha'Nehl climbed through?
Sha'Nehl did not make it up to the open window, but you, I'll say you guys like walked it out. So basically, there is an open window here in this living room that would lead. There's no fire escape. It's like that goes directly out to the front of the building. If you
Yeah.
walk out of this building, you could run across the hallway and go out a window in the hallway onto the fire escape, and that could lead you down to the alley next to the building.
By the way, I'm not in the bedroom. I'm in the living room.
Sha'Nehl's in the living room. Okay.
Okay.
Do I see? Oh, it's good.
Oh, you're looking out that window for
Yeah.
I'll roll for them again. Actually, hold on. That's fitting. Sha'Nehl, go ahead and make a perception check. So Sha'Nehl is like, Sha'Nell's looking out the front door, trying to see if there's any.
The door or the
19.
window?
The window. I'm so sorry. Sha'Nell's looking out the front window. The door into the apartment is opposite to that. A 19.
Scrack's gonna book it.
You do not notice any cars coming. That's because the military police they're not motivated. They'll come. They have orders, but if they're going to if they're going to the city proper, they might stop for a hot dog first. But Scrakk,
Sounds right.
you hear Duchess suggesting you guys need to get out of here.
Did we find everything?
Found enough, I guess. If you say so, Duchess.
I'll tuck away the
That
documents
is
in
a good
my
idea.
Okay.
coat
Tap.
somewhere.
We should
Tap.
go.
Okay.
Tap. Are you running away, though, Scrakk, before we head out? We're
I'll
going
all
out
gather
to the
together.
hallway now.
So
Yes.
you're gonna all walk out together.
Yes.
This is all a little too suspicious, and there's no military police. I don't think we should hang around here. It could be another setup.
Are you telling that to us?
Yeah,
Oh, you didn't. I thought your morality was you didn't trust us.
I don't.
I thought
Did you say that I need to, Philip? Did you say I need to leave now, like right now?
You need to get the fuck away from these people.
Okay.
Which is not saying that you can't all walk out with them to be less
Yeah.
suspicious and then lose them in
Yeah.
the crowds of the street. Like that's fine, but you
Yeah.
need to not be with them.
That's
as
what I'm
soon
going
as
for. So yeah,
possible.
I'll say
that's fine.
we should all leave. This could be a setup, like the last time.
Yeah, but did we find any clues
Find
that
anything,
lead
Professor?
to the professor?
I don't see much here. There's some the documents on basic magic, but it's nothing that would make me think about Professor or Tasha.
All right. Fine. All right.
Just
let's go.
layman's readings.
So what's our next lead then? Before we
I
get out.
So the Duchess Contessa, you have the black book. Dominic, are you taking the rest of the purse? I guess Duchess has the whole purse. All you have
Yeah.
is the
Her wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, what you find in that book, Duchess? I assume that was her little. Well, that's a book.
Just
right?
her list of clients. What are the other two things in the purse?
There's other things in the purse. There's a lot of makeup.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
There is a I'll have you go if you're trying to get out of here, or you can go through it at a
Do it later.
point.
Yeah.
There might be some bootleg sort of potions that are very like cut and mixed with other things that kind of like, you know, pep people up or have other purposes. You know. But so you guys are leaving, is that correct?
That is right.
I'm just double checking. It seems like nobody's been in this place for multiple days, right? Like,
Yeah, I'll say no. Kind of enough rolls have been suggested that it's been a minute since anyone's been in here. Yes.
All right then.
But if we leave, where are we going? Just
and there's no indication of where she might have gone from what we've found.
So far from what you guys have found, no one has kind of looked for general stuff. Scrakk, these conversations continuing, you may need to book it.
Yeah. Are you guys all just in? Are we still talking in the apartment?
I will say it seems like people are still in the apartment, but it seems like Leon is saying
we're about to head out. We're like,
Yeah, we're leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
we're like,
but
at the
Leon's
door, but I'm
like,
just
well, wait, like, what about these things? Where are we going? There, yeah, Luminus and Leon are sort of pausing. They're not sure.
Let's discuss this back at the bar at the alley.
I think
alright.
that's a good idea, and I will start heading out. And at first opportunity, like I can fit in a 1-foot hole, I will duck into the sewers or whatever. Just as soon as nobody's looking at me.
Understood. So in that case, with pass, so basically,
You can
what
fit
we'll say
between
is
the
if-
buildings. He said it was only 1 feet
there's
apart.
a foot. There's buildings only 1 foot. Okay, so basically, here's how we will sort of do this. If you all are going downstairs together to leave the place, let's see if they pull up right at the last minute. I literally need at this point I need higher than a 10. So as you guys duck out of the building, still no sign of him. Sha'Nehl, you're like, that's military intelligence for you, oxymoron.
Oh, man.
As you guys step out, Scrakk, I'm going to need you to make a stealth check. The DC of this is the lowest passive perception of anyone else in the party, which is going to be a 15.
14 is mine.
Yeah, 15 is Dominic.
Leo kind of
And
lingers a bit in the
And also
behind
15.
everybody else.
15 as well. Okay, gotcha. Leo,
But he
you
wouldn't
linger
even
in the room before they
Yeah.
go. Are you closing the door when you leave?
Yeah. We should be, yeah.
So
We
Leo,
should leave it the way we found it. Yeah.
Whoever
so
was the
Leo,
last
you're
one gets a
you're
decision,
lingering
so-
there. Are you just Leo? Just make one last perception roll. That's fine. One last perception check as you decide to leave.
Can I
Can I
channel
Can
a
I
ghost that's
assist
good at
him?
perception before I do this? or-
You absolutely can. You want to channel an expert too. You want to bring about yeah, sure. Yes, you can channel an expert.
I want to channel
grant
like
you-
an investigator of some sort.
Perfect. And in that case, so
Who so?
you should get both. Are you already proficient in investigation or perception?
I am proficient in perception.
Okay, so you can give yourself, you can give yourself expertise in perception. And you can give yourself I know you're doing the stronger you're dominant departed, right?
Right, but I don't have that yet, so.
Oh my god, I'm
Only
so
level
sorry. So sorry. My Friday game, they're all level 3. I am so sorry. Yes, you're level 1. So yes, in that case, perfect. I was, yes. So yeah, go ahead. So you can give yourself someone who has proficiency in investigation, and so you'll be able to make an investigation check and a perception check. Investigation, you have proficiency. The perception check, you have expertise.
Okay. I will roll first the investigation check, and I'll have Leopold in charge for this just because
Yeah.
or he's
it's-
like pulling the
Yeah,
investigator.
yeah.
Can I say a spectral pipe comes in my hand as the
Sure.
investigator?
Spectral pipe,
steals it?
spectral, and a spectral magnifying glass. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is it a 1?
Okay. No, it's a nat 20.
So what
on
does
the
that get your investigation to?
21.
With a 21. Well, no, but you're proficient now.
Oh, right. A 20.
23. Even better. Okay, and then go ahead and make your perception as well.
Nat 20 this one too.
Oh, fucking way.
Is that 20? Yeah!
25.
Jackpot.
He sees
That means he's gonna
everything.
roll double ones in the future.
Yeah, no, that's
So,
all my luck for the rest of the whole game.
Basically, Leo lingers, channeling a ghost. Luminus, since you're also hanging back as the rest of them are beginning to leave, you see this disturbing thing. And Leo, Jeremy, roll me a Jeremy, roll me a D100, actually.
Okay.
As you see this spirit, but rather than the times when he was shifting faces around, something about this this channeling of the dead feels a little different. What are we at?
A 99.
99.
What?
Is that anything crazy on here?
I don't know.
What?
Oh no.
Oh no?
What do you mean?
Did he break the story in half
Probably
from these
really
rolls?
bad.
Yeah, sometimes like I worry when I'm not rolling below a 10 that I'm gonna get accused of things, right? But then you go and do this,
I
and
swear
I
to
feel
God.
better.
Okay.
Like, I can
Um,
I'll take
First
a
off,
picture.
what is this? What is this 99 for?
It's probably bad.
You actually have to I need you to re-roll the D100.
Okay.
You've rolled this, but yep. Okay. I'll roll this. Side.
An 80.
80. Perfection.
Like deity level? Like
He channels the last boss.
yeah.
I won't go into it. It's nothing that
Actual
crazy. It's
Sherlock
just
Holmes shows
what's
up.
crazy about it is, so basically, Leo, this ghostly face is superimposed over Leo's spectral one, and though the body is sort of very awkward and jerky in most situations, suddenly becomes very smooth, kind of calm. The face that is imposed over Leo's is incredibly beautiful, Luminus. It appears to be a humanoid woman, not quite elvish, almost goblin. It's a strange face, but it's one of the most attractive visages you've ever seen. The eyes look very carefully, conjuring this spectral and sort of smoking a spectral pipe. She even looks at you for a second, and you can sort of see like the flat form underneath, almost more eerie, but this face for a moment becomes even more sort of sturdy and visible, and she sort of smiles at you and almost winks. She then begins looking through the room. You
I'm
see
really
Leo.
disturbed and confused because an old man just turned into that.
Yeah, this beautiful thing, and the physicality is very.
Most uncomfortable boner.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
The wild
well,
owner.
I feel weird about this one. Suddenly, this very sort of confident woman quickly, deftly, carefully enters that bedroom, looks at a few things, and kind of makes in a different voice than Leo's various noises of
I hope it's a
satisfaction.
different voice.
Yeah. Kind of these. Just as I suspected.
Isn't that fascinating?
What Leo is seeing is that the closet seems to have been cleared out, as if by someone who was taking what was important to them, strongly implying that Tascia Brunotti packed her bags intentionally, and based on some prints on the edges of the splatter, did so after this body was no longer living. As far as a usable clue of where she might be going, however, Leo, in this strange form, notices in a wastebasket a train timetable with a departure circled for a train that would have left a couple of days ago. A train that would have been heading to the west. The conifer line.
Curiouser and curiouser.
In the meantime, the two of you have lingered. The others have basically gotten halfway down the steps when they realize they're not behind. What do the four of you do? Sha'Nehl, Duchess, Scrakk, and Dominic.
I
Question.
would have. Okay.
Sorry,
continue.
real quick.
Scrakk.
So on this stealth check I'm trying to make to get away, could
Mhm.
I gain any benefits by entering my flow state?
Yes, because you could kind of like I think you can like dash as a bonus. Yeah, yes, absolutely.
I can hide as a bonus action.
Yeah.
Also,
yes.
if I can like determine the right, not exactly its use, but like figure out the exact right moment to just.
Yes, I would say that if you enter a flow state, the hiding as a bonus action is going to grant you advantage on the check because you can kind of try it 2 times at once. Go ahead and make just make a perception check.
Okay.
Dominic, in the meantime, you are no, make it investigation because you're flow state, you're a brainiac. Dominic, in the meantime, as you're coming down the stairs, you are realizing that those other two aren't here yet. What are you doing?
I'm gonna give Scrakk an opportunity. I turn around away from everything and call
Yeah.
up, "Hey, Leo, Luminus, Els, get down here. What are you doing up there?"
Els.
21 on the perception.
21. Yes, now is the time, Scrakk.
Okay.
So go ahead and add advantage, make her stealth roll. Meanwhile, the Duchess, Contessa, and Sha'Nehl. So really, you're only going against Sha'Nehl at this point. You're just trying to be...
That's enough. It's an 18.
An
13 plus
18.
5.
Scrakk, I mean, and there's even, like, you could just do some, Tell you what, roll an acrobatics check for me as well.
Proficient in that too.
There you go.
Didn't roll very well though. That's going to be a 12.
Okay, so basically, you sort of do it stealthily enough. It's not the most graceful thing. Basically, what you do is you just like slip through part of the railing and like try to like catch yourself falling down in between the two levels of the
Was it a spiral staircase?
of the staircase. It's not a spiral, but it's like how like when they go up and
yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
they-
grab things with my tail though, so I don't know if that would help me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll say that between that and like a 12 is not you're making it down. Basically, Dominic, you look around, you don't see they're not here, but Scrakk has disappeared, and none of you are currently the wiser.
Right. I'm still looking up at them, just waiting for them. I didn't hear Scrakk go anywhere.
No, not at all.
Can I be coming out of the apartment at this point?
Sure.
Is he turned back to normal as he comes out?
No, I still have the face on for one more second. I might have a bit more information that would interest me.
Who the
Oh.
fuck?
Oh, excuse me. And I'll wave the face away. I think I found something interesting.
I just
Why?
poke your face just out of like I'm so damn curious.
Alright.
Why?
All right.
Just what is it?
Some-
What did you find? It's fine.
All right.
What-
Summary
well, let's
while we
move
go. Yeah,
before
move.
we-
Summary while we move.
All right. Well, keep moving. As I'm walking down the stairs, I say, "Well, it's interesting. I noticed the closet was emptied, as though she had
Okay.
moved away and packed things that were important and left purposefully on her own. There were prints on the ink remains of the body that indicated that this happened after this person was killed. And I found a travel card with the line, the train line to the west, circled on it. The conifer line, I believe.
Oh, you found all the things.
Yes, I did. It's surprising, actually, none of you saw any of this. But it does believe, I do believe she left before we received these notes, which lead me to believe that maybe she didn't send them, but somebody else did, hoping to gather information on the whereabouts location from us.
At this point, you all are outside the building, and
Haven't even noticed that Scrag is not there yet.
Scrakk is not
Anyone?
with you. No one's noticed that. Nor do you notice a military police car pulling up.
Ah, man.
Because I've rolled a 1, so they're still not here. So there's one thing you don't notice that happened. because you didn't notice it. There's another thing you don't notice because it didn't happen. In any event, as you all stand there with Leo giving you this information, you suddenly look around and realize that the rat is gone.
What the?
Oh, rats.
Where is the professor?
Well, I'm right here.
Oh, not you.
No.
And
You're
on
gonna need to be
this,
more specific.
on this uncertain moment, that is where we're going to end tonight's session.
Can
Very good.
Can I keep my inspiration for next session,
Sure.
please?
You can
Philip,
start with inspiration next session.
I'm
Yes.
so worried about what that D100 is for.
What, that D100? Don't worry about the D1. The D100 was, I was simply going to try to say, you were only rolling on a racial table for what kind of ghost you were bringing, but the high numbers on this are some special things,
All the weird stuff. that don't
and
exist in
you
the
rolled a special thing. Is all I'll say. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. This has been super fun. I hope you enjoyed that. This was there was a lot of fun stuff here tonight. My goodness.
Yeah.
Remember when you guys found a ladybug of the night? Inked of the night, as KJ put it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We do have several other games going on, so check those out. On Friday, we have Blood from a Stone Heistlies. That's also a Noir game. Very different energy to this one. In the last game of that, they had a horror surge where a gang of spiders came on them, and then they rolled a horror surge during the horror surge, so a bunch of ventriloquist dummies with pea shooters came up on them, and they actually survived by pitting the two horror surges against each other. It was preposterous. So that game's super fun. That's also a noir thing. That's a much more kind of like insane horror noir. We also have Here Be Dragons on Sunday nights, and we have Temple Flight, our superhero game, on Monday. So check all that out. Please, follow us, subscribe if you have a free Amazon Prime account and can link it, all that fun stuff, or give it to somebody. We also have our Kickstarter, which I'll plug one more time and put into chat one more time. Definitely let people know about that. We're trying to make it to the end of that. I think we've got a little more than a week left. That'll end kind of after early in the morning on next Thursday. So yeah, we're trying to raise all the money to get cool artwork for all these noir classes that you guys saw in action tonight. Outside of that, though, just thank you all so much for watching. And wait, did we come up with a good noir sign off? What was it?
We did. I don't remember what it was though.
Noir.
Do you want? I mean,
What was it?
That's
it
your
was
idea.
Good Night and Good Noir.
Good night and good noir. Yeah, that's really good. Oh my god. That's so good. Well, then in that case, thank you all so much for watching us. We really appreciate it. And until next time, good night and good noir.